So guys, we're live, guys. We're live, guys. We're live. Like the vid, like the vid, like the vid, like the vid. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, guys. Like that damn vid. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. Like the vid. Subscribe. Smash the like button, guys. Smash that like button. Smash the like button, guys. So we're gonna be talking about the Pogba documentary, the Pogmentary. We're gonna be talking about Milinkovic, Savic. We're gonna be talking about Gleison, Bremer. Also, we're gonna be talking about Romelu Lukaku. Apparently, according to Dimasio, an agreement has been reached between Inter Milan and Chelsea with Todd Bowley also to let Lukaku go tonight, possibly tomorrow, to be officially announced between the two clubs. So, a 10 million plus add-ons, close to 15 million add-ons will surely take Lukaku back to Inter Milan. 15 million add-ons. So all wages will be paid by Inter Milan. So 15 million add-ons will be paid by Inter Milan from their hand to take Romelu Lukaku back to their club. So Inter Milan is going to be having Lukaku, Lautaro Martinez, and Paulo Dybala back to Inter Milan. So they will be able to challenge for the Scudetto. And from the money, Chelsea will be able to go back for Raheem Sterling, which we're going to talk about in very soon. So we'll talk about Lukaku, Gleison, Bremer, Raheem Sterling, Milinkovic, Savic, and possibly we'll see what's going on the transfer. But make sure you like the vid, subscribe to the channel, So we're also going to talk about Sadio Mane to Bayern. Apparently, I just saw the money is going to be earning in Bayern Munich. We're going to talk about it too. How much is going to be earning, how much they're going to give him. We're going to discuss about it too. Make sure you like the vid, subscribe, guys. And make sure you support, guys. Let's go. Yo, my people, how are you doing now? I hope you guys are doing fine. Like the vid, subscribe, smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. As you all know, we're gonna be talking about Pogba, the Pogmentary on the Amazon Prime. If you haven't watched it, go give it a watch. I've watched a little bit about it, and it spoke about Manchester divided. It spoke a lot of stuff, but we're gonna pick some little stuff we talk about United. We're gonna talk about it also too. And apparently, its next move is gonna be Juventus. So is it a right move? Why don't you want to go to PSG? We might a little bit touch about it and see. We're gonna be talking about Raheem Sterling, and we're gonna be talking about Romelu Lukaku, which maybe tonight or tomorrow morning or possibly this coming week, it will be officially an Inter Milan player, and the money from there will possibly go to Manchester City for Raheem Sterling. Also, we're gonna be talking about Milinkovic, Savic. Apparently, because Inter Milan wants Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Emerson Palmieri, and we're probably gonna get Milinkovic, Savic from them. So I don't know how does Savic fit into the club, into the squad. I have no idea, but we'll discuss about it. And also, Gleison, Bremer. I'm also hearing if Inter Milan sell Skriniar to PSG, they will go for Bremer, and also Chelsea also interested in getting him too. So we'll see where the saga between Bremer kind of led into, but surely we're gonna discuss about it. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing fine.
We're all good, man. First of all, before we start, I'd like to congratulate you on acquiring Raheem the Dream Sterling. So, well done, congrats.
I don't know. Congrats, I know though, Patrick, because I think they're getting himself a problem that they're gonna.
You've got yourself a Usain Bolt. Wow.
you're getting yourself a problem that
Cow, this is the
High
reason why.
wages.
This is the reason why I'm giving them congratulations.
Done it all.
So here's what's going to end up happening. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Let me just tell you what's going to happen. So if indeed Chelsea paid the 60 million that Man City wants, they're going to get a player.
We'll pay 50 million, yeah.
Or whatever it is, 50 million, right? They're going to get a player who, when he goes to Stamford Bridge and he's playing against Liverpool, for example, he misses a 1v1 chance. What will happen? He will be destroyed by Chelsea fans. The same Chelsea fans who are celebrating now will come back and do the same thing they did to Lukaku to him.
You know the problem about Raheem Sterling? We'll talk about Raheem.
Chelsea fans do not have the patience.
We'll talk about Raheem.
Patrick and myself.
I'm patient too because I know they're going to play Raheem Sterling is.
I'm telling you, you're getting a lemon. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. You're getting a lemon.
Easy.
Because there's no player in England who goes to 3 Premier League clubs. None. He will destroy his legacy. He will be friend to no one, enemy of all.
We'll see, though.
I think that's bad, though, isn't it? Really, because 3 teams have looked to get rid of him at some point.
I'm telling you,
it doesn't really look great. Let's be honest.
He ain't worth the wahala. If he has an agent, he needs to go abroad. If he stays in the Premier and goes to Stamford Bridge, he will have problems because he goes to City, he's going to be booed. You go to Liverpool, you're going to be booed. If you start missing chances 1v1 for Chelsea in big games, they will boo you.
I might be bringing up a flash from the past there. I swear he had like a racial incident at Stamford Bridge, did he not? A couple of years ago.
At Stamford Bridge. So for me, it just makes no sense. Which is I'm saying, where's his agent? Does he have an agent?
They said I think it's his own agent himself.
Oh my God!
Yeah, but Cow. Apart from all that, let's congratulate Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans, congrats.
He's trolling you guys.
No.
Patrick, what's going on? You're getting rid of Jesus. You're getting rid of Jesus, basically, and then you're getting rid of Sterling. What's going on?
Look. Okay, let me speak to you guys. I think for real.
We'll talk about Raheem Sterling later.
I'm hearing quotes of 100 million for 2 of them.
No. Let me just say one thing, Abdul. I think people don't understand. Pep Guardiola is tired of people missing. He's tired. He's tired of people missing 1v1s. He's tired of people missing empty goals. He's tired of people not scoring obvious goals. That's why if you've noticed this season, he personally told Man City Alvarez mustn't go on loan. The first idea was Alvarez to go on loan, but he said no. And even the coach from Alvarez's team said Pep Guardiola is the one who has blocked us from keeping him for so long. We were supposed to keep him till December. Pep says no. I want this boy. Pep is tired of going to the Champions League and people hitting the bar, people missing. Apparently, this is fake, Abdullah. It came out that it's fake. Somebody photoshopped. So that's what's happening. Anyway, you can start off, Abdullah.
We'll see. So I want to talk about Labiu, the Pogba Amazon documentary did on the Amazon Prime. Yes, I watched a little bit about it today. I didn't watch much about it, but I watched it today a little bit because that stuff is way too much. It's long as man. It's way too much. So, but I watched a little bit about it though. So we're talking about Alex Ferguson, talk about Manchester divided. He wanted to stay, the amount of money he had that this season they wanted to win the Premier League because of the player they bought, Ronaldo, Sancho and Co. But his dream didn't come true. So, Tom, as a United fans, your take on Labiu Pogba on the documentary did on Amazon Prime. Was it right to criticize United or was it was overboard?
I mean, he's pretty much done what 2 men have done before him in the past 4 to 6 months, and that's exposed everything that's wrong with the football club, behind the scenes anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I always knew Man United cannot negotiate contracts because you look at our wage bill, we have one of the highest wage bills in world football. Yeah. Whenever we buy a new player, we gas them up and we give them a 5-year contract and they're on well over 250 grand a week and they underperform. I don't need to name names. They're already out there. You give the record, highest fee for, a defender. You then have the wage bill like I've just said about with David De Gea and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then you put an offer on the table for Paul Pogba at 300 grand a week. And to be honest with you, I don't. If he signs the contract, or even if we offered him more money, if it was 500, 600 grand a week, I would question what he's doing. Personally, if he signed it, I would question what he's doing, because the only reason why he would sign that contract is for what? The money. That is the only reason why I believe he would have signed that contract, because I can admit it at my own football club, we ain't winning things for 2-3 years easily, and that's minimum. We ain't winning anything. So even if you go and we've tried to build teams around him with, 2 different managers now, and nothing worked. 3 different coaches have come in, if you include Ragnick, and tried to implement a style with him, and it's not worked. At least not in the long term anyway. And I said this about Pogba before. Man United got rid of him when he was a young player because Man United at the time couldn't make a young Paul Pogba a superstar. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it like they did with the class of 92. Juventus made Paul Pogba a superstar when he went there. He then come back, and we've done the exact same thing again. We can't excel him. We've not made him a superstar. He's won trophies, but he's not won the trophies that he's wanted to win. But again, at another area away from Manchester United, he's gone and exceeded again with his national team, and he went and won the World Cup. So every single time he's away from Manchester United, he's excelled. He's won Scudettos in the Italian ranks with Juventus. He's went and won the World Cup with France. Yeah, he's won a couple of minimal trophies with Man United, but that's it. And the documentary, everything that he goes through with the agent, with Mino Raiola, God rest his soul, his lawyer and stuff. I don't blame him for having all these people around him who deal with his business and stuff. I don't blame him. And I don't blame him for doing the documentary, because he's not the only player that is probably going to do this in the coming years. It won't be the first. He's not the first, and he probably won't be the last player to do it.
Yeah, Lukaku did, and it didn't go so well. But you're right.
Exactly. Yeah, and with Ronaldo coming back has exposed the football club for the standards, because our training ground from when he left a decade ago and he's come back, it's still the same. He even admitted that himself. Nothing has changed. And Man United have just got worse and deteriorated over time. Paul Pogba did the exact same thing. Left as a young kid, came back 4 years later. Nothing had changed. As soon as he left, we were winning. We won things for a year with Sir Alex Ferguson, and then he's come back, and we've not won the major trophies. We've not experienced anything on a global level. And even in the documentary where he's saying all these things about family, and where he shows his life and everything like that, it takes a lot of heart to do that and put your family and your personal life on the world stage. And I respect him for doing that, because a lot of people won't let cameras into the house, won't let people know what is actually going on inside their family, because they might have problems. But by doing that, you've got to respect him. And even with everything that he said in the documentary, criticise people, name people, do what you've got to do. Man United have failed him when he was a young kid. They've failed him on his second time now. We've paid £90 million for the guy, and we've let him go for free twice. I'm sorry, but it's a bad business from Man United's point of view, and it's a better business for Paul Pogba's point of view, because all he's got out of it is money, fame, and a status, and his brand has excelled from that, and it will do from, obviously, with the documentary as well. And from doing that, like I said to you backstage, Abdullahi, as soon as he finishes football, this has opened a door up for him with the documentary, because he will do another documentary when he finishes his career, wherever he decides to go. It's looking very likely it's going to be Juventus, and finish his final years there. He might do another documentary, might make a film, might go and do reality TV for Netflix, do some Netflix series or something, and show his life. He's setting himself up to do things after football, which in reality is a smart thing to do. But like I say, I'm not mad as a Manchester United fan at it, because at the end of the day, he's just confirmed everything that I've always known about my football club, and I think a lot of Man United fans have known. We are run piss poorly. We don't have the right structure in place, and we don't have qualified people to deal with superstars like Paul Pogba was when he was made at Juventus, to bring back and actually win things and excel with these players. If you don't give the players the tools, they can't build anything. So it's just going to what? Be deconstructed the entire time. And that's all it has been with Man United. But I could go on all night about it with Paul Pogba and everything. And listen, the short and simple of it all is he's done what he's done. He's made himself a brand, a status. I can safely say that he's given his all, and he has tried for Manchester United. There is no given fact about it that he hasn't given his all. He hasn't tried because he's been tried and tested under different managers, and it's not worked. So wherever he goes, Juventus, PSG, wherever it's going to be, looking like Juventus, yeah, best of luck to him. I have nothing against him. And you know what? I hope he leaves Manchester United and he proves every single person wrong about this football club again. I hope he does. I hope he goes and wins Scudettos, potentially Champions League, does something bits with France again. Because whenever he's away from Manchester United and he's not associated with this club, you get the best Paul Pogba that there is. Whenever he's internal with Manchester United, it's shocking. And that's just my thoughts on it anyway.
EJ, Labil Pogba, the Pogmentary. Is Labil Pogba right to criticize Manchester United with the way they've been treating him, or is he overborn? Because if you look at the structures of United, it's been abysmal. It's been very, very poor with structures and everything from day one. It's been poor. And I keep telling people, for United to succeed, they have to like kind of from top to bottom has to be all right. Because if the top and the bottom is not all right, they're gonna collapse over and over again, regardless of the sporting director and players we have. And this is why I'm saying Ten Hag coming in now is gonna be huge because he has a different style of play to other managers. And the player they have right now, I don't think majority of this player can play the style of football he wants to play. But we're gonna see the new season when he comes in and see how he's gonna perform. That is why I said the structures have to be all right for him to kind of have a good environment and good place to play football. So was Pogba right to criticize United in terms of I wasn't given the right players, the environment wasn't good, the structure was bad and everything?
I mean, I didn't watch any of the documentary, but from what has happened at United, as far as Pogba is concerned, he hasn't been good. Like you can say the guys they have around him hasn't been quality. And I hear what Tom said. I hear everything he said, but he said the build around Pogba. I don't really think the build around him really. It wasn't like, oh, Pogba, you are a star, lead us to the promised land. I've never thought it was actually the guy for that. It's just they bridge like some random players, player coming. One time it was Bruno who was like the key man in the team. And one time it was when Zlatan came, and Zlatan was really at some point you say Zlatan was even important than Pogba. So I won't say they'll build around him necessarily. But when you look at what has happened so far, no trophy, changing of manager, giving players high contract and then selling them or letting them go for free. It's just like you look at that and say what's going on with the club and this situation with the fans also, what they say to him, and sometimes there have been a case of racism, so probably that got to his head also. But when he play for France, it's just a different player, maybe because they're always quality in the team. I don't blame him for leaving United. Just like this is a bad business for United, like Tom said, like 2 times they went for free. It's just that's just like you just have to laugh at that. But I don't think Pogba is actually concerned about that. He's gonna go to Juventus, according to multiple reports, and we're gonna see what they can do. But I don't think people actually value Pogba when he was at United. And even Mourinho,
Graham Souness, Gary Neville, all
yeah,
of them. All
yeah,
of them.
exactly. So it's not English, so they don't really show that love against it like they'll show against. Even John the Anderson is not even half the player. Pogba, you see how they play in the media, call him like a true captain. I mean, I know he's good, but I don't think he's even on par with Pogba. So I think he hasn't worked out so well from the beginning, and maybe they shouldn't have resigned him. But people like a comeback story. Even the same with Ronaldo. I don't think it was the right signing for them. Yeah, Ronaldo is good and he can still score some goals, but it's getting old, and young players maybe they feel intimidated, like some Rashford and these other guys, Anthony Martial, maybe they feel intimidated because Ronaldo is this big player and they couldn't handle being around him. But it's just funny. And injuries so far this season been airport. But also, and we all know the moment he had with Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
So it didn't just look like that was the place for him. But hopefully at Juventus they can do something. I still believe in his talent because we also live in France. So and he's going to Juventus, like the place he made name for himself. He even got to Champions League final with them. I think
Yeah.
let's see, is it 15 when they faced Barca?
Yeah.
So
Juventus. Yeah.
yeah, so they can do something. They have quality players at Juventus, Vlahovic. Hopefully, Chiesa can come back, and it can make some noise in the Serie A league. And I think his style of play is what actually fit them. His technical ability more over than pace and power, which is like what English fans actually is. English players are, most of them are just pace and power, but with him, it's more like technical ability. So I think his style has always fitted like, the La Liga, the Serie A, maybe Bundesliga. He hasn't always been a Premier League to me. So it's a good move for his own career. But yeah, United didn't build around him as much as they would like. But hopefully, moving on, he can do something and shut them up.
Fair enough. Patrick Labiot, Pogmentary. Was it right to criticize United or was it overboard?
I think, to be honest with you, this guy has failed at United, and this is obviously, when you fail, you have to save yourself as a brand. Especially, this is something to do with branding. It has nothing to do as a player, because as a player, yes, you have achieved the World Cup. We get it with France, with amazing players in France, but you failed to do what you were brought to do at United. Like, what exactly have you achieved? Yes, somebody was coming back to me saying Europa Charity Shield. I was like, okay, well done. So what has he done for the 7 years? Only thing I know about Pogba is he's got an emoji after him. He does dabs, he does haircuts. That's what he's actually achieved at United. Let's not forget, this is the same Pogba United fans were saying is better than De Bruyne. De Bruyne, maybe he might be very technical. Pogba might be skilled naturally, but De Bruyne has done things that Pogba can dream of in this league. To be honest with you, as I said, this is all PR. This, like, at the end of the day, he even changed the word documentary to Pogmentary. Same thing. It's all about PR and branding. Even his own camp were saying, "Oh, Pogba is a brand. Look at him. He's got an emoji. Kids love him. Kids love his haircut." All this time, we're not even talking about football. All we're talking about is brand, 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 brand. What I have noticed is these guys, they hang out with these NBA stars. Now, these NBA stars are brands, and it works in America when you're a brand in America. But these football players, they must remember that these guys who are brands in America, they are ballers. Like, if you talk about people like Jordan was a baller. And people like Shaquille O'Neal, those are ballers. You know what I mean? Even Dennis Rodman, as much as people laugh at him, yes, he's a brand, but he used to be a baller. He used to do his job. Another thing is, some of these footballers want to become a brand, yet they are performing not so well in football. The amount of times this guy has underperformed, it's quite funny. Like, look, like, that's what I'm saying. Look at him. This is how you should know that somebody thinks more of themselves than others. I might be wrong, but this is what I'm seeing from outside. Like, the thing about Pogba is everybody says when they meet him, he's a good guy. He thinks about others. But the thing is, it's this branding of his. To us, it just shows like somebody who is full of himself. Am I wrong to say that? It's because of, like, who names Pogmentary? You haven't even won one Premier League. But this is the thing. It might be wrong that the branding they're doing from his camp is going. That's why this documentary, unfortunately, this picture, when I posted it, I thought it was real. And I prayed to God that it's real. But unfortunately, somebody came out and said they photoshopped it. I hope this could have been real. I could have enjoyed myself this season. him saying United fans don't know very little about football. I wish this was real. I haven't finished it yet. As you say, it's quite a long thing. It's not really advertising, to be honest. I don't see anything interesting. I just see a guy who's trying to extend his brand. I hear he's going to Juventus. I don't know how he's going to do in that Juventus team because the people who are carrying him in that Juventus team are gone. If he performs at Juventus, then we will say, you know what, maybe it was United. But I highly doubt this guy is going to do anything of a miracle at Juve. I don't know. Maybe I'll be wrong.
Fair enough. King Black, Labil Pogba, the Pogmentary. Is he right to criticize United? I'm like, okay, maybe it goes overboard in terms of him. The players are not being built around him. He need more love and more stuff about him. So your take on that?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly.
Yeah. Pogmentary. For me, like I have a few things to say about Pogba, and I understand as a Manchester United fan, because I think a Manchester United fan was fuming at Pogba and fuming at United rather. Like for me, I feel like these guys are professional footballers. Like regardless of what your extra talent is, if you're a musician, if you want to sing or you like to sing, as soon as you've been playing football since you're 5, 6 years, 7 years, and you have gone through that ranks to get to a spot, say, and the team did not give this. I mean, the entitlement of today's generation of footballers, it's mad. To be honest, like it's crazy. He's one of the highest paid players in the United squad, and he's been paid to do a job. I can understand they've been having different managers and all, but so Chelsea and other top clubs out there, and Kante is still being himself until the last 2 years. Kante has been doing he's been doing what he's supposed to do. Just stay humble and do your job. What is drama? The same thing with Lukaku. Is there need for drama? You want the team to play around you, The world is not built around you. Manchester United was not created for Pogba. Just do your job and do it very well. If you do not deserve a bigger wages, the club will not give you. They have not give you. I don't get. I mean, Manchester United is not being run very well, but so is a lot of clubs out there. But the players are doing their job. Just do your job. No one is seeing documentary out there, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's just saying Pogmentary, and it's not like you're retired. He's not retired. It's like he no longer wants to play football, and now I want to start doing movies. Okay, fine. You can make documentary about your days, about the things you've won, how many golden boots, and how many goals you scored in the World Cup, and what you did, the legacy you created. Then I will understand Pogmentary. But what this doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. Same as the difference between the Lukaku thing and Pogba thing. It's so similar. The only difference is Lukaku did not wait until the end of his career at Chelsea to release the video. It could have just been, it could have just been the same, exactly the same. If Pogba released this during a season, can destroy Manchester United totally. Imagine releasing this documentary in between the season, let's say before January or something.
King, your mic is breaking up. What's going on with your mic? You need to come out.
King, you sound like you
a little bit. Your mic is breaking up. Maybe you need to come out and come in.
Ruining my ears, bro.
I don't know what's going on. So Abdul, Labil Pogba, Pogmentary, criticize United. Like, what is going on?
Hey man, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all on this lovely Sunday evening. Yeah.
So Abdul, Labil Pogba, Pogmentary, criticize United, saying that the team wasn't built around him. His extended at United was. I can understand wasn't the success we expected, because as for me, I'm a huge fan of Labil Pogba because I know how good of a player he is, but I cannot agree when you play with McTominay and Fred. No. It's different than playing with. See, I don't want to be like someone that I'm kind of siding Labil, but if you look at the way Labil plays very well, Labil is a player that when you put him in the team, you expect him to have that responsibility and just play forward and have that charismatic players around him. It's a player who play with style and happiness around him. That is Labil Pogba for you. Because I know how good of a player he is. But the problem is, if you look at United, you have Scott McTominay and you have Fred. And this kind of player are not even up to the level of Labil Pogba at all. And not even up to the level. If you look at when he was United, you have Pirlo, Marquinhos, Arturo Vidal, and this kind of players around him understand the way Labil plays. So he gave him the freedom to go back, to go forward, and don't really think much about going back. Even in France national team, Blaise Matuidi, N'Golo Kante, they know their job in national team. Labil does his job only. So I think in United, despite him being given the money, but player like McTominay and Fred doesn't even understand. They can't even pass. For me, they can't even pass forward like 5 yard or 6 yard pass. They can't even pass it. So Labil playing around this kind of play can get frustrated a lot because it doesn't have that quality around him to showcase his talent as a player. I can understand the abuse of it because of the English media like Graham Nusso, Jamie Carragher. They will come and talk about Labil. It's understood. It's understood. And when you were looking at players when they played football, they don't even have the technical ability the way Labil played. They don't even have that ability in them. So I can understand abusing him as a player. I can understand that. So your take on Labil? Abdul?
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, but can you be more a little bit to the microphone so we're able to hear you clearly?
Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better now, but you sound slow and so low, so we can't hear you very well.
Yeah, better.
Yeah, better. Yeah.
Better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better. Go ahead.
So yeah. Okay. So big up to everyone. I heard Tosin, I heard King. I think I heard Patrick speaking as well. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, shout out to you, man.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. The first thing I'll like to say is I haven't seen the documentary, but I don't think the documentary is going to tell me anything I don't know about Pogba. A few streams ago, or a few streams back, I said to you, Abdullah, that if I knew Paul Pogba, the advice I'll give to him is cut your hair, close your social media account, and focus on your football. That's what I said about him. Pogba is a very interesting character, and we can actually go on all night talking about him here. But the thing is, you see, I have a phrase for Pogba, a few footballers and a few sports characters that I know that they want to be superstars, but they don't deliver superstars performance. So they want to be superstars, but they don't give us superstar football. They want to be superstars, but they don't fight like superstars. There's a few boxers I follow. They want to be superstar boxers, but they don't give us superstar boxing fights. And that's one of the critical issue with Pogba. Now, there's a few things that you can use to argue for and against Pogba. But the thing with Pogba is the reason why I liked him at Juventus was because he was playing in the Italian league, I think about the same time with maybe Balotelli or something like that. And I used to say, man, I like Pogba because Pogba had no social negativity attached to him. He just played his football. The only thing you heard about Pogba then in Italy was just his football, and that's it. But what I notice as well is I don't see him carrying the team. Like I can't remember a performance where I would say Pogba delivered Juve for this particular game. So the thing is with Pogba is I think what Pogba has lacked in his professional career is people giving him the right advice or him giving himself the right advice to have the right attitude. Just to simplify what I'm trying to say is If you look at a player, a footballer like Frank Lampard all his career, we all remember Frank Lampard. But if you look at it critically, if you remove Frank Lampard's goals from his game, none of us will remember Frank Lampard today.
Yeah.
Because he's not that outstanding. He's not a classy footballer. He's not that outstanding. But his goals gave him that badge where we can now, praise him and remember him and actually appreciate him more. And what did Jose Mourinho tell Paul Pogba before he left? He said, you need to score goals like Frank Lampard. And what did Pogba say to him? Frank Lampard didn't win the World Cup. So this kind of attitude, I just don't understand it. Paul Pogba without goals will not be remembered. I'm sorry to say. And I actually challenge anybody to give me 3 games where Paul Pogba has actually carried a team, has actually dragged a team, has actually performed, delivered a game. There's none. You can't remember any of them.
Wait,
but he wants to be the
Abdul. But like, that's not how you judge the influence of a central midfield player. His job is to defend, to keep the play going, to have, if there's spots here for chance creation, he will do that. There have been multiple games that Pogba's had elite performances. I can name 10, 15 if you want, like right now, off the top of my head, like. But when you're saying carrying,
I'm not saying
the job to carry a team, that's on the forwards. Like, you know what I mean? Those are the people that score goals.
There's something cracking behind. I can't believe.
I don't know which microphone is that. Who's that?
Somebody's mic is cracking.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's mine or not. I don't know.
So continue, Abdul.
And then there's somebody's
mic.
Just
people mute and then.
Okay. People mute.
Is it my mic cracking?
Everybody just mute and then.
Everybody just mute. Abdul, continue.
Okay, there's still a sound coming somewhere. Maybe somebody has a fan.
Yeah, like you hear that? I hear it too.
Or something like that. Anyway, if you from my comment, what I said is, I'm not saying he's a bad midfielder. I said I liked him at Juve, but he's one of those guys who, if he plays around good players, then that might elevate his game a bit, but he's not a classy midfielder, right? And I'm not saying he's bad in football-wise. I'm saying if you want to be a superstar, then let's see it in your game. If you don't deliver superstar performance and superstar footballer, why would I care about you being a superstar? I'm not following you for being a superstar. I'm following you for wanting to be a superstar footballer. And if you're not a superstar footballer, why do we even care? You see, and that is where he's going to get it wrong, because he's going to go through his career and afterwards, people are not going to remember him. Trust me.
Oh, no.
Patrick Vieira was not a high goal-scoring midfielder. But we remembered him because he was a workhorse. He was a driver. He was dragging Arsenal across the line so many and uncountable number of times. He was sweating. He was giving everything. When did Pogba give me this kind of performance? I can't remember.
But Abdul,
tell me about like 1 or 2 games where he made like 1 or 2.
Hold on, Abdul, in the documentary. Hold on.
Hey, my brother, Blue Eyes.
He was talking about United, that the team wasn't built around him that much, and they said this is the
Hold on, Abdullah, hold on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Blue Eyes. Is that Blue Eyes I just heard?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm here, man. Hello?
Blue Eyes doesn't sleep, up, man.
Yo, man. What's going on?
Blue Eyes doesn't sleep. He's always on the podcast, man.
So say.
Hey. Blue Eyes, I woke up this morning. I don't know. You guys had run like hours. Anyway,
it sounds like there's a bird chirping or something in the background. Do y'all hear that?
Somebody got a mute, man.
Yeah, I think that's something.
Yeah, I keep hearing it too. I was like, what the hell is that?
Oh,
You
no,
know,
is
something
it for
have
me
a
or
fan
from
or
where?
something moving like a metal.
Better.
There's
Is it
something
for me or
oscillating
from
in
where? Let me see.
the background, somebody's background.
Okay. Continue, Abdul.
It's as if you're in some forest.
Let me go check.
There's something oscillating at somebody's
Wait,
background, maybe like
Abdullah,
a
maybe
fan
it's
or
you.
something
Mute
like that.
yourself. Oh, we don't hear it again. I don't hear it anymore.
Continue speak. I'm
Oh, wait.
coming. Continue.
I think it's Abdullah. We've stopped hearing it.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's got like a fan or something on the background.
Yeah, but
anyway.
Pogba. I don't know. I just think Pogba. He's a victim of himself. You know, like this is in this era of football. You know, you have to make a brand for yourself. That's how you maximize your earning potential. You know, and Pogba, he's a marketable guy.
I don't understand.
That's not his fault.
I don't understand this brand and maximize earning. I think that's you being pushed by some people behind the scene. I mean, these guys earn almost like
Amen.
$1 million a month.
You're right.
They earn like almost like $1 million a month. What more do you want to earn? I don't get it. Even some of this.
It's not his fault that he's marketable, man. It's not his fault. Like Pogba's game is a very flashy game, and when you have a flashy game,
Exactly.
Which flashy game?
Did you not watch him in 2014, 2015? He was doing elasticos, and you had this gazelle who was super fast, super quick, unbelievable feet, quicker feet than Patrick Vieira's feet ever were. Like Laurent Blanc, who was a teammate. Blanc, who was a teammate of Patrick Vieira, said Paul Pogba is the most talented central midfielder France has ever produced, even more than Vieira. And I played with Vieira.
That's not where I'm trying to drive my argument. What I'm not talking about is ability. Despite to me, his ability is just average. You know, I didn't start what. Tell me, like, which game? Where did he?
What do you mean average? Wait, what do you mean his ability is average? You can say his
2016
consistency isn't
final.
there. His consistency isn't there, but don't say his ability is
I've given you a like for like example. I say Frank Lampard. If you take away Frank Lampard's goals, nobody will remember him today.
But
we appreciate him more because of his goals.
Not really.
Frank Lampard had a good final pass and everything, but his feet, you know, to get out of pressure, all that, like, you know, he wasn't.
No. When some people put legend and superstar next to Frank Lampard's name, is mainly because
he's a legend, though. He is a legend. I wouldn't say he's a superstar.
Is that not because we're using his goals? It's because of his goals.
His overall performance was crazy, man.
Yeah, and he had good seasons. He had like world-class seasons too. I don't want to. Yeah.
His overall performance, even though he scored, I think he's the highest goal scoring guy.
Yeah, he's a guy who scores goals.
But I've just mentioned, that's why I said goals. If you remove his goals from him, we wouldn't be talking about the same Frank Lampard. Let's talk about football, not this. This guy, Paul Pogba, I really liked him, especially when he was in Juve, because I don't like the baggage that comes with footballers, because it just gives the wrong impression and it sells the wrong message to kids and to become footballers. So I don't put that into perspective. But
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Yo, you think he's a bad influence?
What are you talking about, man? Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah.
This is somebody who is. What are you talking about, Abdul?
Come on, man. Athletes aren't role models, man. We just watch them play.
I understand that. I kind of understand.
I said I only focus on the football because it's the football that is critical.
Yeah.
But his football has been hampered by injuries, though.
But let me just say this, though. Let me give a footballing reason.
Why doesn't he become an influencer then?
Okay.
Sorry?
He might do after football. Reality TV, you know. Don't worry about it.
But let me just say,
anywhere he sees,
it'll be Netflix Premium, Netflix highlights.
I'll give some unpopular. I'll give some unpopular opinions.
What are you talking about?
I have some unpopular opinions.
Go for the bag, man.
Abdul Randolph.
Anyway, Tosin has just been interjecting and be confusing my argument anyway, but it's all good.
Yeah, my bad, bro. My bad, bro.
Right.
Listen, he's running low on sleep. That's why.
He's
on the magic stuff. That's what it is.
Continue.
one thing is like when he came to United, I wanted him to actually succeed with the kind of vision I thought United had when they first got him. But when I started seeing his attitude, I actually started asking myself, like, was he behaving like this when he was in Italy? Because I never heard anything socially about Paul Pogba while he was at Juve. And I thought he was going to like, be the total, professional when he came to United. But I don't know, man. If this kid continues like this, if he finishes, nobody's gonna remember him. He's gonna be one of those. Maybe he will do, I don't know, go into movies and something like that. But like people say, like Jose Mourinho say, time goes fast. So anyway, I'll let the other guys talk.
Tosin, Labio Pogba, Pogmentary, because in that Pogba, I watched a little bit about it. It was talking much of United in terms of the team wasn't built around him, the structures wasn't good enough. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel a lot of appreciation, more appreciation or more love around it. Because if you look at the Juventus era when we had Marquinhos, Vidal, Andrea Pirlo, the team we know these are players that these are superstars around it that they understand the way I play. And you look at France national team, Blaise Matuidi, N'Golo Kante, these are players that understand kind of this is how I want to play. They understand me. But United, McTominay, Fred, not on the level of Pogba. They keep changing manager. Van Gaal, David Moyes, Jose Mourinho, now Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There's no like permanent a permanent manager that was
Well, he's had three managers.
three
He wasn't here
managers.
in Van Gaal.
So there is no kind of manager that will instill that philosophy and system and tell Labi, okay, we know how you want to play football. Enjoy yourself. The other guys who did their job, just showcase your talent and show how good of a player you are. They aren't that tonight, and the structures for me in that club isn't good enough for players to kind of thrive the way they want to do stuff. So in the Pogmentary, it talks a lot about United, and they also talk a little bit about Alex Ferguson too. So your take on the Labiu Pogmentary stuff?
Well, this is Pogba with another cash grab. You know what I mean? Look, these type of documentaries, I don't really care. At the end of the day, I just care about the footballer. Like even with Neymar's one of my favorite footballers. When Neymar dropped that documentary on Netflix, there were like 4 episodes. I watched like 2, and I just didn't watch the rest of it. Like apart from seeing, his sister, she was looking hella fine in 2015. Apart from that, like I didn't watch that documentary. Same thing with this Pogba documentary, bro. Like it's just a way to like, it's just him kind of create his own narrative. And that's fine, that's as the power of an athlete in this day and age. You want to control your own narrative. So I don't fault for Pogba for that, but obviously in the mind of his detractors and shit, like they're gonna look at this like, oh man, this is another egotistic, thing that he's doing. He's a clown. Everything has to be with the prefix Pog in it. Pog dance, Pogmentary, like, La Pogbance and stuff. Like they're just gonna be laughing at dude, like, because of this. But if we're keeping it on the football side, Paul Pogba went to Manchester United in the summer of 2016, right?
Yeah.
And Jose Mourinho, who we can all admit now, 6 years later, is straight up washed. Jose Mourinho's idea of the team that season was to pair him up with Marouane Fellaini in a double pivot with Mkhitaryan. Like, I don't think y'all understand. Like, this is the high level. You can't play like this. He's playing with Fellaini. He's playing with McTominay.
Herrera.
He's playing with Herrera. Like, and I'm going to even say this. This is where we'll see, like, this is something that people won't even acknowledge. But Paul Pogba, and I watched him at Juve. He was unbelievable at Juve. He looked like, oh man, this guy's gonna, define a generation. But for people that actually watched him at Juve, he also wasn't consistent. There were games, within those seasons where like he wasn't playing at his best. I remember like after the World Cup in 2014, like he wasn't playing well. The whole Juventus team wasn't really playing well to start the season. They ended up making the Champions League final, but it was only Carlos Tevez or something like really holding his weight that season. Like these are just the moments. Like people don't really watch Serie A, so they won't really know this. Pogba was obviously a gem, but he was just like a cog in the team, right? A very talented cog. You know what I mean? But when he went to United, they sold him a dream of him being, like almost like a Roy Keane like figure. Like he will be the main man in midfield for Manchester United. But it never, I don't know, it just never worked out that way because, after like his third season or whatever, like in a bad structure, his performance has just really declined. But I will say this, his first 2 seasons at Manchester United, Paul Pogba was world class. He was unbelievable. You guys all people did because of the social media age, they would just clip his bad performances and put that on the internet to make him look bad. For the majority of his seasons, he reached a higher level individually in his first 2 seasons at Manchester United than he ever did at Juventus. Go watch the tape. Watch the tape. You will see it. Paul Pogba.
Makes sense.
What's it called? Paul Pogba at Manchester United. Okay, like is very like hit. I don't know. Like I just think it's like a gift and a curse with him because they expect him to score. They expect him to assist. They expect him to dictate the game. They expect him to carry the team. Like you can't just put all of this on one player. You know what I mean? Like Kevin De Bruyne, who people always compare Pogba to, right? Like in the 2018-19 season, Kevin De Bruyne missed 70% of that season. Manchester City still ended up winning the league. That could never be afforded to a team like Manchester United. They can't, like Paul Pogba can't miss a full season and United are going to do well. Even with him, they don't do well. Like that just goes to show how poor the structure is in that club.
Yeah.
It's just as simple as that. And now he's a gift. His gift has also become his curse because Paul Pogba is an all-rounder. Paul Pogba can do pretty much everything. When he wants to, he can dictate play. When he wants to, he can, make a late run into the box, score a goal. He can deliver a final pass. His intermediate passes, like when he's trying to break lines and play those passes into the wide areas, I mean, no one does it as smoothly as him. Like what he can do physically, technically, tactically at that height is super, super rare. Like you guys, like just from an ability. Now let's go to ability. Patrick Vieira has, if you compare Patrick Vieira and Paul Pogba, ability. Paul Pogba has more ability than Patrick Vieira. He does. But Patrick Vieira just has, but the thing is Patrick Vieira. Look, man, look, I'm not here for nostalgia merchants. I'm not here for nostalgia merchants. I'm just trying to
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
I'm just trying to get my point across.
No, I'm trying to say that we hear you. We hear you.
But so with Paul Pogba is just like his last 3 seasons. Okay, so like when Solskjaer first came in, there was a 3-month stretch where Paul Pogba was playing at an unbelievable level, right? I think Tom would remember the games, right? It was like a 3-month
the caretaker period.
He was playing really well. He wasn't even just playing well; he was scoring goals on top of it. So like everyone was really on. And at the end of that season, he ended up making the team of the season, the Premier League team of the season. That was the only time he ever made it in his 6-year career at United. Now, even in that year, I don't even think it was deserved for him because in the prior 2 seasons, I thought he was better just from a qualitative level. You know what I mean? But, that's just the thing, right? So the next 2 seasons after that, it's just been blighted by injuries. Paul Pogba's injured all the time, and when he plays, he's just not playing well, and what I noticed, I've started noticing some, slippage physically in his game. You know what I mean? Like every time his back is turned like to the defense or when he's playing against a high pressing team, he's just too nonchalant on the ball. And, sometimes he just puts his team in trouble. Right. So these are the moments that are so glaring. And when Pogba's 6'3", with how big Pogba is, when you lose the ball, it's just so like noticeable to the eye than most when other players lose the ball, because he's like the tallest guy. Like, you know what I don't know if that makes sense, right? But yeah, like, and that just makes him more, open to scrutiny, if that makes sense. But overall, man, just this Pogmetry thing that he's doing, this is just another thing, one of Pogba's marketing tricks. Let's see which club he goes to next.
Juventus.
They're saying Juventus, but he hasn't signed anything, Abdullahi.
Yeah, probably gonna know maybe end of the month.
We'll know. So we'll know which new club he goes to. We'll see what happens. We'll see, because this is the most important stage in his career.
Yeah, it's 29 already.
This is the most. You're 29. Now you're going to be in your mental prime, not your athletic prime, but your mental prime. You've seen everything. Okay, you've heard everything.
Tosin, can I ask you a question?
How will you respond?
Can I ask you a question, Tosin?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Go.
Tosin. Yeah. So what was this guy United brought in over the past few months? Is it sports consultant, or what do you call him? Football consultant?
Ragnick,
yeah. This guy that came in, who is meant to be like almost like who's meant to be like almost like a professor of football.
Well, we paid him off and sacked. We paid him off and sacked.
Obviously, wasn't right
about Pogba. Sorry.
Well, we paid Ragnick off and sacked him now anyway. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But you brought him in for a job. So what was his recommendation about Pogba? To keep him or let him go? Or
his recommendation
Pogba is this unbelievable professional.
Well, when Ragnick came,
was it this? What was?
When Ralph came in as interim manager, Pogba was injured at the time. He was injured for the first 2 weeks of when Ragnick actually took the job up, so he didn't get to work with him one-to-one or anything like that. But he sent him off with his family, and he just said, "Go and do some warm weather training, and we'll send some fitness coaches out and strength and conditioning coaches to go work with you on the plans that you'll be doing back at the training ground, but not as intense." So still keeping your level of fitness and, if you like, the professionalism, because he did do the training programs. It's in the documentary and everything anyway, that people can people can watch it and everything. And when he was out there in Miami,
did he not advise?
No, he advised the football club
what was his advice to?
He advised the football club to open negotiations with him, but if they didn't feel like they could get the best deal from a financial point of view, then you don't sign him up. So if you've got an offer in your head of you're only prepared to give him $300K a week, you stick with that offer. You don't extend it. You don't give him more money. You don't change your structure. You stick with it. And if he wants the money and the contract offer, it's there. If he doesn't, then let him go elsewhere. And then it just shows if he's serious about your football club and actually wanting to make a difference and win things, or if he just wants more money. And I guarantee you, if Manchester United would have offered him $600,000 a week, let's be honest, where's he going to get that elsewhere unless he goes to a PSG or a Manchester City? He's not going to get $600,000 a week from anywhere else. So, at the end of the day, if Manchester United would have put the offer on the table, I think he would have taken it for that much money anyway. But clearly, it shows that if he wants to be ambitious...
Even at City, he's not getting $600,000 a week, man. He's not even getting that.
He's never going to get $600,000.
No, I only use them as an example because they're the clubs that can afford to pay those sort of wages.
What I'm trying to get to is, as somebody who was brought in to assess players, I mean, he should have had some categories of players who was like, these are must keep for the next season or after. This one's get rid of them. This one will do whatever you can.
Yeah,
do
well,
to
Abdul,
they're bad for the club. They're not.
Ragnick did all of this, but the club hasn't listened to him. They've brought him in to be an interim coach. And out of all the coaches that we were linked with and we interviewed to be the interim manager, we had to choose the candidate who had the least coaching experience in the last 10 years. The only reason why they brought Ragnick in, ideally, was because he was going to do some aftercare after the consultancy role. Because at the end of the day, when he's done the interim manager's role, that was all that if that's all that you were contracted to, you should have gone and got a coach not a sporting director. His best work has been as a sporting director for the last 5-6 years, not as a coach. His CV and his accolades should prove that, where he's only got one German Cup. The players saw straight through it. It's not a nice thing to say. They saw straight through him as a coach. If you brought him in as a sporting director and you want to listen to his ideas, then it's a different story. He can say that he could have gone to the board and said, get rid of Cristiano Ronaldo, and go and hire somebody a lot younger to develop your team around. Or you go out into the world and you go and find the best Brazilian young talents in the Brazilian league, or you go to the Middle Eastern markets, or you go and find the best Middle Eastern European clubs, and you go and get the best players from the likes of your Austrian nations. You go and get them from Germany. You go and get your product youth players, and you develop them into the team. He can say whatever he wants, and that is what he has done. But ultimately, he's not employed by Manchester United anymore. So what does that tell you? Are they really going to listen to him now that he's not here? Regardless of what he said to them? Probably not. So all his time here was what? To coach the team. If that was the case, they should have employed a coach. That's my point anyway, but I get what you're saying, Abdul, where if he's saying get rid of this player and get rid of that player, that's all fine and do. Yeah, you can listen to him and listen to what he's got to say, but whether if you're actually going to use that information and do anything with it is another thing. I know the players that I think Manchester United should get rid of, and I think it doesn't take a blind man and his dog to realise that, for example, Harry Maguire is not the defender that people have gassed him up and paid the price, and we've paid the price tag for him to be. I know that. I know the exact same thing with Paul Pogba, that we didn't get the right tools around him for him to excel. And he's gone elsewhere. I know that. And I know that we've got an ageing front line where now we're only relying on a 36, 37-year-old in Cristiano Ronaldo, who's our only main striker, designated centre-forward that we actually have at the football club. Yet all we're doing is messing about in negotiations to try and get Frankie de Jong all summer. Which is what we've always done. We always chase the prima donna players. We don't go for any hidden gems. We're not like Liverpool, where we'll go for a player for 30 million from France or from Italy that potentially nobody's ever heard of. That's not our brand. That's not Manchester United's football club. It was, once upon a time, where we bought players like Evra and Vidic, and even players like Paul Pogba. When you find these young talents or whatever in France, you bring them over to the UK and you utilise them into the youth team. But like we say, every person in football has a price tag. Paul Pogba did have a price tag last summer. It was 50 million. But it was only PSG that were prepared to pay the money and take him at the time. And obviously the whole thing, like in the documentary, it shows it anyway, the whole thing was just speculation. PSG wasn't at the table. There wasn't any talks or negotiations. It was just all agent talk. And Mino earlier even said that himself, that the only club that Paul really wants to ever go back to, or would want to go to, would have been Juventus or Real Madrid. And neither of those two teams were at the table last summer. So then he had to wait out a year.
Fair enough. Carl, quick. Labio Pogba, Pogmentary. Was it right to criticize United, or like what?
I don't see what. Yeah, for me, I don't see what value adds to him criticizing United. Finish your contract, they let you go for free twice, not once, twice.
Yeah.
In Juventus, why bother? Go and play your football, man. Look after your family. Why are you criticizing the old club? What's the point? Even though yes, United have struggled recently, you're also responsible for that. You haven't performed at your ability. Yes,
but Carl, the players around him doesn't make Labio. I know how good Labio is.
I hear you. I mean, I agree with that. That players around him haven't been good enough. But the fact is, what have you done, Paul? What have you done to drag them up? What have you done to play your own part? You haven't. Every time there's an international break, you're off in French football, talking to the media houses about how you're going to leave. How does that inspire the team? If you're supposed to be the superstar guy and you're having these negative vibes, that's also going to influence the team as well. You know, you left the club, let them lie. Don't start throwing shade at them. You go and play your own football. Because guess what? If you go to Juventus and you now flop, everyone's going to say, oh, so you were actually the problem. Just play your football, man.
Fair enough.
That's the way I see it, yeah. I don't know.
Guys, Labio Pogba, Pogmentary. That's how you there?
Yeah.
Nabil Pogba was criticizing United and saying the team wasn't built around him, the structures and everything. It didn't have the ability to be loved more around because of the media calling him some names, abusing him social media, hating on him, calling racism and everything. Was it right to criticize United?
No. In my humble opinion, no. He wasn't. That wasn't the right. And I wouldn't say what the right or the wrong thing is, but just that action.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been expressed in a different way. But then again, some of these superstars will tell you that it's their own way of communicating.
Yeah.
And but at the same time, certain things, especially in this corporate world, that you just got to you just have to just move on, right? To grow.
Yeah.
Because remember, like I always say, is the building of bridges
Mm-hmm.
that is key in this whole football business.
Yeah.
Building of bridges. So I hope it doesn't come back to deter anybody. I haven't even heard that. Is the video out?
It's out. It's on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
Episode
for
1.
real? Okay, I haven't even seen
Yeah,
it.
it's on
I don't
Amazon
know.
Prime.
I don't have. This is like third-hand information to me. I haven't even checked it out.
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Yeah, so
it's a good watch, to be fair, for anybody.
but it's that
hasn't watched
that
it.
stuff is long, man. It's very, very long.
For
Yeah,
real?
it'll take it's like 2.5 hours for like 5
Bless, it's
episodes.
long, man. I only watched a little bit about it. I just like, let me just get the hell out of it. It's long.
Okay.
Just watch the clips if you want a short of you.
You can watch the clip a little bit and just feel.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
I hope they put it on Netflix. Why is it on Amazon Prime? Why not Netflix?
Well, Amazon filmed it, didn't they? So
easy. Like I'm gonna steal it from them. I'm fine. Easy, relax. So,
Can I just-
Blue Eyes, is the mic working?
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna come at you on this.
Which one? What happened now?
Can I just come in on
It's gonna be the last time I'm gonna talk about this.
Oh, sorry. Somebody was saying something. Sorry.
Somebody want to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Abdullah?
Yep.
Yeah, can I just come in on Pogba?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, just quick. Yep.
Yeah, just for me, I feel like this type of thing is going to continue. So I feel like the era of humble players are actually getting by, especially with the few ones that have just little techniques. Like I think if this documentary thing was available, like, let's say if every player was doing this about 12, 15 years ago or 10 years ago, I think players like Balotelli would have done a documentary as well, because because you just see they are surrounded by drama. They like drama. They enjoy the drama that comes with it. They think they are famous. They think they are what they really are not. Because I feel like they think people.
I think they've made it in life, don't they?
Man, why you hate like this? You know what it comes from, man.
Why don't you really tell us how you really feel about Pogba?
You hate the man getting money. You hate that he getting money, bro.
No.
You hate that
And
he
the man
getting
just
money.
go after the bag. The man is going after the bag. Very humble, going after the bag.
Relax, bro. I don't hate Pogba. Actually, when he came to Man U,
Balotelli's documentary would have been more interesting.
Honestly, like I feel like
it would be
it would have been really interesting. Like even Mourinho would have probably been in the documentary or something like that.
Yeah, but just because it's not interesting to you doesn't mean it can't be exciting to another person.
Okay, but at least it's going to be interesting to him by himself. I think
Blue eyes. You know what we're saying. Blue eyes.
I think Lukaku is still going to make a documentary. I mean, the little one he did in his sitting room, I think it's just a bit. Maybe he's going to add that one to part of a very long documentary. We
shall see.
Because the era of good, hardworking players, I think it's just getting by. Once they are getting paid big money, they want the team to surround them with angels and people who can do all the work and put the ball on the plate for them. I don't know. I don't understand what the concept behind the documentary is, because he's not done with his career. He failed at Man United and all that. So why is he crying? What was it?
Last,
What was it? All,
respect our black brothers. So
what
easy.
was it?
Just finish and move
No,
on.
no, no, no.
Finish and
Like
move
I
on.
feel like
Let's move on. Let's move on.
No,
feel like
not let's move on. But in terms of what's his name, Paul Pogba, just finish and move on. You didn't need to say all that stuff.
Yeah,
Don't prolong it so much.
like I'm just making my point. I mean, like it's my opinion. You get like
When you film a documentary, though,
I'm just saying in reference to Paul Pogba directly. No, I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah,
No, I was just
feel like
making reference.
I feel like it could continue. We're still going to see something like
I don't
this.
think the episode stopped.
I agree.
He should have done this at the end of his career, not in the middle of it.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Like he could have waited till retirement, like okay, maybe at 40 or 37 when he no longer wants to play. He has quit international football, and then he will be good.
Yeah, but at the same time, look at how many people now are going to be looking at who Paul Pogba is today.
But then it's not that big of a brand.
You know how many sons? You know how many
Michael
sons
Jordan.
Pogba has in this game right now that play? Chouameni was inspired by Pogba. You know, like there are just so many players that have been inspired by Pogba's game, man. There's a lot. You know, Soboslai, who plays at Leipzig, inspired by Pogba's game. Just you could look at many players that look at Paul Pogba's game.
Camavinga,
thank you. That's another one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they all watch Pogba. Like Pogba got the streets, man. He gonna always have the streets.
Pogba doesn't need stats, eh? Like he's not a stats guy. I don't think you get it, man.
But it's not that big of a brand. Like to me, looking at it from my opinion, like you can always be inspired.
No, but he might not be that big of a brand. Listen, my brother, really quick. He might not be that big of a brand, but he might wanting to refresh his brand at the moment.
But then using the name of a club that paid you for 6 years to refresh your brand, does it make sense?
No, it's not that you're not doing it directly, but at the same time, you're talking about Paul Pogba today. You're not doing it directly, but at the same time, you're talking about Paul Pogba today.
Like, Blue Eyes, let me ask you, is that going to be, it's going to get to a point where he's going to look back at his career and all that. Is that a good legacy for him?
No, it's not, obviously. That's what I said in the first place. No, it's not. Yeah. Finish and move on. I think it was Carl that was saying it. Yeah. Finish and move on, man. What thing they worry you? Why do you want
to? But to be fair to him, I think I read somewhere that the documentary was made in 2021. Like
before
everything's from 20. Yeah, so it was before he left. So, they just decided to drop it now. So
let's move on.
Well, that also tells me that he was probably thinking of leaving since then. To be honest,
True.
Yeah.
So let's Luis.
Yeah,
we've talked about this man for a long time, and at this moment, I'm just tired of talking about him, and this is gonna be my last time talking about this man anymore. It's my last. I don't want to talk about him anymore.
Let the sleeping dog lie, man. Please.
Let me land. Relax. The report said 10 million plus add-ons, close to 15 million between Chelsea and Inter is kind of done. So it should be official between today or this week. So we'll be officially going back to Inter Milan to play with Simeone Inzaghi, Lautaro Martinez, and Paulo Dybala, which is going to be the new face of Inter Milan coming to the new season. So, Rice, Romelu Lukaku going back to Inter. Give me your overall take on him.
I won't believe it until I see him there, man.
It will be official. It will be.
No, man. Nah, do you know how many it will be that we've gone
through? Yeah, it will be official because Di Marzio, everybody has already been reported it already, so it will be official. It will be. Because all they're waiting for is just for the years from the president of Inter Milan, and they've already gotten the years already.
Until it happens. If it happens, hey, I think you'll benefit both platforms. You'll benefit
Abdullah.
Yep.
Abdullah, you need to stop listening to all these Romano.
I'm being even Fabrizio Romano, everybody have been saying it. We all know that. I know that he's gonna leave. I know he's gonna leave a long time ago. I know because after they done the interview, I know it was over already for him.
I'm already packaging Romelu Lukaku in next season.
Can we talk about how Lukaku's gonna fit in that Inter team?
Because Inter Milan is gonna have Lautaro Martinez and Paulo Dybala with him together.
Dybala behind Lautaro
Lautaro and
and
Lukaku. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
but who
Inter
says
gonna be nice to watch. Yo, my man playing
who
with
says-
the teams, bro. Like he playing with creative players now, man. Like
But who says
he's
Romelu is
going to a
going to
beautiful
go?
city. He's going to a beautiful city.
Who says Romelu
Oh.
is going to leave? Who says?
He's leaving already. Don't worry, Blas.
Okay, now come and take him now.
He's leaving. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah,
Don't
no.
worry. He's leaving already.
Remains to be seen.
Don't worry. He's leaving already.
I think Romelu
No, but like
Lukaku
it's
stays, man.
kind of such an L though for Chelsea in the sense that
If
you
he
know, you
leaves,
bought
right?
him for if you like, you bought him for 100 million euros,
Yeah.
and then you're selling him for a 15 million euro loan fee that's payable in
No,
3
we're not
seasons.
gonna pay the.
No,
the
but
wages.
that's
He's
not
gonna
bad,
bring
though.
down-
That's not bad.
I mean,
That
for
structure is
70
nice.
million.
It's not
I
bad.
mean,
It's actually
know.
better.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good. It's better than
It was well structured. It's a well structured deal, though.
Yeah, I think it's better. It's a
That
good.
that has Marina written all over that. Sorry,
Relax.
Yeah.
relax, easy.
Yeah, probably
it's
Marina.
smart.
Yeah, she is.
that's a
It's just-
Marina structure right there.
Yeah, I think it's a fraud. This guy is on a fraud watch, so like I'm not surprised. I think it's a fraud
man.
deal. It's a fraud.
I want to
deal
say this
between
about
Lukaku
Lukaku though. I
and
want to
Inter
say this
Milan.
about Lukaku.
Mhm.
It's a
Lukaku-
fraud deal. It's a fraud deal.
What the?
I want to say this about Lukaku though. Lukaku is my
The
guy.
100 million is what I'm talking.
Just
about.
let him finish. Let him finish. Yeah, because my problem with is for me is two things for me with Lukaku. First thing is when we bought him, I didn't. Yes, I backed him 100%. But I don't think the system we are playing kind of fit to Romelu Lukaku. And secondly, I blame Thomas Tuchel a little bit because I know the kind of player Romelu Lukaku is not a possession-based player. Never. Romelu
Abdullah.
Lukaku is a counter attack, a counter
Abdullah.
defensive thing. That's how
Abdullah.
Lukaku play.
Sorry, Abdullah. We at Everton, he didn't play a counter attack football. He actually
What they
played,
didn't play possession. It did not play possession-based football.
but he
in Everton.
did not play counter attacking football as well.
Who was the manager?
Even
there?
at West Brom,
No,
he
they
didn't
counterattacked, man. Come on, Ross Barkley, Lukaku. Come on, that was a counterattacking team.
That was a counter attack. That was a counter attacking then.
So he has played. You guys are telling me he has played in a counter attacking team all his career, like except at Chelsea. He's coming back.
I mean,
to Chelsea, right?
He's
just-
best
I-
on the
I think
counterattack.
that's-
He's best in
that's-
transition.
It's
Yeah,
best
that's
in
why-
When he's
transition.
running at
But
you
having
when he's running in
7 touches
transition,
in
that's
a
when he's
game.
best.
But having 7 touches in a game,
Stomach
It's
to
not-
post or back to post?
like it's
Blind
not.
stop.
It doesn't mean if you're a counter attacking striker or not. Like his performances, I think it's just for me. Maybe I'm the only one who has this opinion or this to say about the whole deal. I think it's just intentional. He wants to make some money for Inter Milan. I just feel like he developed this sort of a very strong relationship with Inter Milan, the Inter Milan board, and the Inter fans, and he just doesn't want to break it, even after the money was.
Wait. Are you saying that
Yeah.
he helped Inter by getting them that 100 million to get them
Yes,
out of debt?
that's
Only to
exactly what I'm
return.
saying.
Oh shit!
That's exactly what I'm saying, bro. He came in and 3 months later he made an interview. It's dodgy. That's exactly what I'm saying. People are not getting. This guy, he did it intentionally. I'm telling you. He could have just waited. He was intentional between Inter Milan and this was a deal. You see, when he was at Chelsea, if he had
That's crazy.
yes, if he made a 5-year deal, he signed a 5-year deal and immediately said he was going to come back to Inter Milan. No player does. He's not a 16-year-old, bro. Just like they asked him in the interview, what do you think? How about we have Lautaro with you so you can be more comfortable? This guy is a fraud. This deal was between this guy and Inter Milan. Honestly, he helped Inter Milan make this money. The news you never see it on the news.
Yo,
but like,
this
guy,
is crazy.
have you checked it? Have you
This is
looked
a
back at the
crazy
interview?
theory.
Have you
Yo,
seen
this
the
is an
guy's face?
amazing theory. This is actually a genius theory.
Have you
Oh
seen
my
this guy?
God,
Have
yo.
you gone back to watch the interview, bro? Look at this guy's face. He knew what he was saying. This guy speaks like 6 languages. This guy is not a dull guy. He's not a fool.
Dang.
He's not a 12-year-old or 16-year-old guy who doesn't know what he says. Look at Abdullah. Honestly,
Abdullah is finished. His head is
he
gone.
probably see guys. This is what this. He went to meet guys. They want me at all costs. They are a very rich club. They have put on 60 or 70 million. We have said no. We don't want to sell you at all costs. They made it clear to Chelsea. Chelsea upped the bid again. And they'll be like, guys, how about we do it this way? I go for a year and I come back. And you guys make this money.
But still, how much do they really make? Because they don't get the 100 million up front. It's amortized. So what is the how much? Isn't it paid out in percentiles?
But he gets
put that on their books that they made 100 million. That's on their books.
Sorry?
And they will get that 100 million.
Yes. Sorry, Kyle. Yeah.
See, what Blue Eyes just said there is 100% spot on, which makes all this argument about 100 million irrelevant.
Oh, there you
Unless
go. Okay,
it's a cash release clause. Every single transfer is amortized. So Lukaku was amortized over 5 years, which means that they're due to pay Inter 20 million a year. If Lukaku is sold, the balance of the money that's due to Inter may not be paid, depending on what the transaction contract details are.
Absolutely.
Yeah, are you following me?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it's like getting a lease. It's like getting a lease on a car. That's true.
Right, exactly. You know, now the whole loan situation is a little complicated because then you still have to pay the amortization, you still have to pay the loan fee, then it gets complicated. You know, that's why if he's sold, you don't have to pay the balance of whatever's left if you gets off your books. You know.
So you're saying realistically, they would have spent just 20 million euros.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So when Lukaku was bought from Inter for 100 million, Chelsea didn't pay Inter 100 million.
No.
It was amortized.
Lie. They take 100 million. That's okay. The contract is 5 years. We're going to break it down to 20 a year. We'll pay you 20 a year for this guy. And after 5 years,
but Carl,
becomes a fully paid asset on our books. And it becomes profitable.
That's called a Marina Inc. special.
Yeah.
No, Carl, can I interject?
So you're saying if they wanted to spend 200 million on a player.
So let's
it's amortized. Yes.
Let's take Neymar, for example. Neymar.
No. That was a full. That wasn't
That's
cash.
A full check.
Yeah. That was
That's
clause.
a check.
Yeah, that was
right. One check, one payment of. So Rodri, for example, of Spain. Every Spanish club has a release clause, right? When it was time for City to buy Rodri, City gave Rodri the check for 60 million pounds. Rodri took it to La Liga, deposited it, and it was free. Gone. But in other clubs, when you buy a player, it's amortized over time. You pay it over time. That's why every end of the month, the transactions that go from club to club in Europe, if you look at the data, is amazing. The flow of money going back and forth between clubs is like a massive jigsaw puzzle of wires.
Is that not?
Go ahead.
This amortization you're saying is it not by choice? Does it have to be mandatory? I remember like when Romano first took over Chelsea, a lot of agents were dying for their players, and a lot of clubs were dying to sell their players to Chelsea because what the person representing Roman was saying to them is like, look, if you agree to sell us this player, X amount of millions will be in your account before 5 p.m. that same day.
That's different though.
Is it not a matter of like it's an option? It's not. No. But what I'm saying is,
let me explain. Most of them, except a player has a release clause.
Chelsea and Roman. No. What I'm saying is, Chelsea and Roman can as well have agreed that, like, have 100 million and that's it. Do they have to amortize? They don't have to. It's not mandatory.
Roman won't do that. That would be
stupid. I know, but we did it. We've done this before in our history.
Yeah, but
we've done this before in our history.
I don't think Roman is hold on, Abdul. I think Roman is the kind of guy who's a stupid businessman, right? No businessman wants to pay 100 million cash up front. No one does that unless it's a release clause. No one does that.
Nobody.
If you have the option to buy a player for 100 million that's amortized over 5 years, for what interest rate?
Then you look at the deal. You look at the deal.
Plus 0.3. Heck, do it. because you can make more money.
But
that money
if you-
I don't even think
sorry, I
during when we bought.
Yeah, go on.
So let me explain how this works, guys. Let me explain how this works, right? So this is part of what I did my old days in the bank when I was the VP for a bank, the strategy and investment bank. So when you buy the player for, let's say you do a contract for 100 million pounds, for example, and the contract is 5 years. Okay, you amortize that over 5 years. You pay what they call LIBOR, that's the London Interbank Offering Rate plus, I think maybe for whatever it is. That rate is about, I think it's 0 point something percent. So it's basically free money, which is what banks used to trade with each other. And that's paid over 5 years. So it's literally basically free money with little interest as amortized over 5 years. It's prime. It's like the prime rate for the Fed. That's what they do. Are you following me? So it makes no sense for Roman to say, look, I have the option of paying for this guy over 5 years at LIBOR plus 3, which may be 3.1% or whatever it is, which isn't much. And I'll give you 100 million right now. I'm going to take 100 million, actually maximize that and make $1 billion.
Absolutely.
Just doesn't work that way. Makes no sense. His advisor will tell me he's mad.
No, but what I'm saying, no, I'm not disproving what you're saying. I'm just saying that looking at it, we've done that. Roman has done that before. And do clubs always have to do that, or is it just an option?
No, it's part of. It's not. Isn't it part of the? It's normally part of the. Sorry, Abdul. It's normally included in the terms before you sign.
Exactly.
It's included in the terms, so
but
it's at your own will to accept or not to accept.
But guys, I doubt this Lukaku's deal was like that. They didn't pay 20 million every year for this guy.
No, that's what they did.
That's what they did.
No, of course. No.
That's what they did.
I'm not
No, it is.
I'm not sure.
It's amortized,
See, if Lukaku was a straight release clause, they never sell loaning this guy back.
Exactly.
It's a financial collapse.
Yeah.
They do that.
Thank you.
It ain't happening.
That's a huge.
It's a financial
huge hit, man. Huge hit.
Yeah.
It's like saying, "Hey, I'm going to buy a car."
See, because Cal. Before it was 25, the Inter Milan cut it back to like 5-7. Chelsea said
serviceable assets.
Then they came to an agreement of 10 million loan plus add-ons. The add-on is going to close to 15 million. That's what they agreed to. So it's going to go. All the wages is going to be paid by Inter Milan. Chelsea is not going to pay any wages.
So Abdul, let's take that your thought. So you want to pay a 10 million loan, right? So Inter Milan wants to pay a 10 million loan, right?
Yeah, plus
like Lukaku was 90 million pounds over 5 years. That means amortization fee per year is around 18 million. Which is net. Chelsea is gaining 10 million extra and not only paying 8 million instead of 20 million to Inter Milan. Are you following me?
Yeah, I'm doing
Marina.
Right? So this is how these deals are struck.
Oh, Marina.
This is how these deals are struck.
Marina.
So when people talk about player Bernardo Silva wants to leave to go to Barcelona, they can't afford that. They can't afford it. It's not happening. It's not happening. I said it last year when they said, "Oh, Bernardo wants to leave." I'm like, Bernardo. Pep said, "Well, we want to let the player go. He wants to." He ain't going. You know what? They want to increase his price to 100 million. Who's going to pay that in a pandemic for a player that has 4 years on his contract? It ain't happening. We found something that's so naive and gullible. Read all these clips.
Now, how you take structure how do you structure the deal?
Transactions.
Thank you. How do you
understand this,
structure
guys?
your
Right
package?
beyond the football side of the game, right? There are investment bankers who are structuring these deals behind the scenes.
Yeah, yes.
These guys work for Goldman Sachs, work for JP Morgan. These guys are smart guys who know how to structure.
They're business person. They know what they do.
They're business guys. And it doesn't make sense. They ain't going. They ain't doing it. It's not just look. They're talking about multi-billion-dollar organizations, Chelsea, City, all these guys, Real Madrid, Barcelona, who are structuring transactions. They run like banks. They're bigger than some banks in Nigeria. These guys, bigger. So there will be a certain level of smartness and financial engineering to make transactions work. Abdullah just mentioned the fact that Inter want to pay 10 million in loan fees.
Plus add-on close to 15 million.
18 million to Inter in amortization fees. All of a sudden, that 18 minus 10 is not 8 million that only have to pay instead of the 18.
Yeah.
And Inter's covering his wages?
Yeah,
they are.
So all I have to pay now is just 8 million in amortization versus 20. And I got no wages.
Imagine that drop.
To pay.
10. Chai.
Imagine that drop.
Chai.
Are you guys following me? Blue Eyes, are you following the
loud and clear? Loud and clear.
Chai.
So I mean, maybe because I love this side of the game. I love this side of football, right? The financial side, because it just the things that just click and make sense to me. Yeah, Ellen Holland that I talked about it last November.
Because what Marina was like, what he told the time alarm was 25 to 20. If that doesn't meet, it's going nowhere. So Lukaku told Chelsea about that he's gonna put his wages down as he wants to leave. He doesn't want to
Abdullah, think about it from the Inter Milan perspective. All of a sudden, they get a player back that they need. Okay, they're not getting the 20 million from Chelsea. They get 8, but they get a player back who's on loan. They don't have that amortization on their books. All they have is wages. So all of a sudden, their whole UEFA cap of 90-70% is now reduced. Oh, and by the way, Chelsea getting Lukaku off the books reduces their wages, which allows them to comply with UEFA's new rule.
Yeah.
Are you guys following this is the shit that happens, right? This is what we need to understand.
But
all gamed out.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Abby. Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead, Abby. Go ahead.
We did.
Yeah. So I'm not. Yeah. So I'm not disproving what you're saying. I'm just trying to enrich the argument. But it seems to me that Chelsea is losing because we don't have to drop the 20 million. We now have to pay the 8 million. But then we've lost the asset as well. So who is gaining more? It seems like Inter are gaining more because they're going to getting the 20 million.
Hold on, technically, right? On Chelsea's books, he's still an asset. Are you following me? So in your balance sheet, Lukaku will be qualified as an asset because you bought the guy. He's an asset. He hasn't been sold. He's been loaned out. It's like you buying a car that you own and you're loaning that car out to somebody else. It's your car. You're loaning it out, but it's your car, even for a fee. Are you following me? So let's say after 5 years, Lukaku's on a loan deal for 5 years. Instead of Chelsea paying 20 million, they pay 8 million a year, right? Wages are off the books. All of a sudden, if Lukaku comes back for whatever reason and that amortization is paid, guess what? Romelu Lukaku is now a full-blown asset on your books with no liability.
Because according to the report is it's gonna be 2 years loan with option to buy. The option to buy is gonna be they're gonna buy him on the 3rd year. So they're gonna be 2 years loan with 3rd year. So what Ganaskia did is, yes, we're gonna get 10 million plus add-on towards 15 million. Then on the 3rd year, after his 2-year loan, it's gonna be buy permanently.
Well, Abdullah, the big picture. Here's the big picture. The big picture is here's what Chelsea are reducing their wage fees and amortization fees by loaning this guy out. A guy that clearly doesn't fit in Thomas Tuchel's side. So for them, they reduce their exposure, right? They get the player out. Inter Milan get the player back. They have no exposure except for wages. So it works for both Chelsea, it works for both Inter Milan. Because each person helps each other to get what they want. Lower money for Chelsea, because the wages amortization, the asset that Inter Milan need, and the wages that they have to pay. Works for both sides. Shake hands, move on. No yawa. Nobody fight, nobody gas. Everybody happy. Move on. Player happy, club's happy. Now Chelsea can do what they want to do. Because wages are off the books now, which means they can go and get a player who has a year left, or maybe who's a free, and use that wages for Lukaku to pay for it. Maybe not that much, but something similar. This is how stuff works.
Fair enough.
Lukaku. Interesting.
I hope I was helpful, guys.
You were really helpful.
That was good.
I love that explanation.
Romelu Lukaku, Vilton. Because apparently the new face is going to be Paulo Dybala, Lautaro Martinez, and Lukaku back in Milan.
Yeah, so very straightforward, man. Very straightforward.
So Vilton, the big gun back to Italy.
Abdullah, I gotta go play with my son soccer, man. He's out on the field.
No worries.
I need to make that money in the future.
Yeah, pushing me to bump picnic to make
Project Mbappe. Project Mbappe.
Peace.
But I will listen to you guys on my headphones.
Later, man. Peace.
So big gun back to Inter Milan.
Later.
First and foremost, man, happy Father's Day to everybody on here that's a father, man, and to everybody that's watching the stream, man. Shout out to the dads, man.
Like the video, subscribe, guys. Like that video, smash the like button, guys. Continue.
Absolutely.
Man, shout out to Lukaku, man.
Did Real Madrid wish Mbappe happy Father's Day as well?
Shout out to Lukaku, man. My guy Lukaku, man. I mean, you have to admire this guy. Like, he's a very smart, intelligent person, man. You have to admit that, because
What are you doing? What is this? What is Breton doing? What is
No. I'm just speaking from what I'm seeing. I might not know exactly the full scope of the story, but from what I'm seeing is that he goes to Inter Milan after having a horrible season with United, helps Inter win their first Scudetto over Juve, who had a pretty much it was like a dictatorship where Juve would win it almost every season. So they did that. Then he leaves Inter. He wanted more money. Chelsea was on the market to buy a striker, so you guys bought him for 150 million euros and made him the highest paid player on Chelsea. Now, 2-3 months later, he has an interview saying, "I miss Inter Milan. I want to go back. These Chelsea dudes are not it, man. Like, I just wanted the bag. I'm making the money now. I just want to go back to Inzaghi, to Inter, where I was love appreciated." And now he's getting his dream move. He's going back to the club that made him like where at one point last season we're all saying he's top 5 striker in the world. We're all saying that. So and he's going back to Chelsea, which honestly I'm very excited to see Lautaro Martinez, Lukaku, and Paulo Dybala. And if Dybala can stay fit, and if Inzaghi honestly has that trio cooking, man, maybe we could see Inter, I don't know, break the round of 16 deadlock and get to the quarterfinal of the Champions League, or maybe even make a deeper run. But that's just me speculating. But I'm very excited, man, to see what Lukaku is gonna do once you go back to Inter Milan. But as for Chelsea, honestly, who does Chelsea get right now to replace Lukaku? Number 9. There's not that many number 9 available on the market. I know Gabriel Jesus available, but he's going to Arsenal. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not.
I don't think. I think he's going to Arsenal.
And Luka Jovic is available, I guess, for Real Madrid.
Like stop. Whoa, like seriously, stop it.
And Mario Icardi, I think, might be available
too. I don't want this sucks.
I'm trying to, because you shoot Olo and Dutty, but he's wants Barcelona from what we're seeing. So I'm looking at the big clubs, right? The big clubs around Europe. Who doesn't want their striker? I'm looking at Luka Jovic, Mario Icardi, maybe Cavani if he wants. I don't know if Chelsea are willing to get Cavani from United.
Stop. Easy.
Or I don't know, because there's really not that many top striker or Harry Kane, but I'm sure he's gonna stay with Conte. Conte obviously been in a project over there, but I'm curious.
You can get 2. You can just pick up 2, Sterling and Saint-Maximin.
We'll get
Saint-Maximin. Newcastle got that money now, man, so it's gonna be tough to poach their player away now. A little bit tougher because they could just offer a lot. I don't know how the whole contract works, but couldn't they just offer more money to Saint-Maximin if you guys decide to buy him?
So fair enough.
You guys are not getting Saint-Maximin. Yeah, and that's a waste of money too.
Honestly, man. Honestly, I see you guys are linked with Sterling. I don't think I don't think you should go for Sterling, man. Like,
why not?
Wait, are we talking about Sterling now?
We get there. Easy. We're talking about Lukaku right now.
But yeah, man, shout out to Lukaku for going back to Inter Milan. It hasn't officially happened yet, but
until it happens, we shall see.
It will happen this time.
But
right now, he's still with us, man.
Yeah, if it becomes true, man, I'm happy for the guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him.
Inter are gonna be super fun to watch next season.
Yeah, Lautaro, Paulo Dybala, and Romelu Lukaku. Charge. Me. Gonkaku is going back to Inter Milan. Give me your take.
I bet me go, John. Hey, all my people look.
Me big show.
Hey, Blue Eyes.
Guys, Blue Eyes. I've been suspecting them ever since he came back from Nigeria. I've been suspecting them with Blue Eyes.
Those I know.
Yo, what's up? Yo, I was listening a little bit to the Thursday show. Yo, Emmy had me crying. Yo, Chelsea are finished. Yo,
Chelsea's done though. Like you guys were expecting stuff. You guys were
ever since he came from Nigeria, I've been suspecting him. Emmy is calling Todd Bowley a scam. And he said he's a fraud.
Yeah, Todd Bowley is a
Don't mind all these knee-jerk reactants.
He's a salesman, man. The guy just sold us a dream.
You guys are knee-jerk reactants.
You got all these proper Chelsea fans are holding on to all his crap. Yeah. I saw to the guy, man. That's why I wanted the Arab guys.
with the smell, my they smell. They never even grind beans.
Your take
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Lukaku blow as
There's no time. There's no time. Okay, this Lukaku thing is just taking too long. Get it over with, man. If Inter can only pay 10 million or 5 million,
They have done it. They have agreed 10 million plus.
because right now our
Yeah.
debts, we wiped out our debts, right? So we don't. We can even dash we can dash our entire team, right? Yeah, we can. We pretty much are debt free as a club. So I didn't understand this is why I'm calling Bully is calm. I didn't understand why he granted an interview when he doesn't even know the dynamics of of financial fair play, and then he's saying things like, "Oh, he's very scared of financial fair play," blah blah blah. Dude, you don't even know jack about what financial fair play is. What the real thing is, right? What are the levers? Look at Man City. Look at how they're spending. Look at PSG, how they're spending. Are they scared of financial fair play, bro? You bought a debt-free club and you're scared of financial fair play. Blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah.
you have no debt. That's true.
We have zero debt, bro. We have zero debt.
But this
Our
is the
debts
thing,
are
though.
wiped
Carl
out.
made a very good point, though. He said that you guys do not do a good enough job of commercializing the club.
I agree, because Chelsea is supposed to be probably, but the thing is, I think Roma didn't see it as something he needed to do because it came natural.
Yeah, but see, that's why
we're top 10 football club brands in the world.
Yeah, you're top 10, but you could be like top 5, right? You could.
But what's the difference between 8 and 5, right?
I mean, that's
you're
just
top
more
10, you're top
margins.
10.
More margins to
Okay,
spend more.
okay. So
You're
Emi,
top
then
10, you're top 10.
Emi, what is an indication that Chelsea is spending the right money then at the moment? What would be an indication to you?
We've not spent anything. I think an indication will be we start by first replacing the folks that have left, at least with better quality. At least say, hey, this is who is coming, and go get the player. Stop all this monitoring and and all that stuff. Is this the player you want? Yes or no? Yes, this is the player we want. Go get Koulibaly. Go get if Jules Koundé, it's overcooked already. Like it's fried rice that's been cooked for the past 2 years at least. Dude, have you ever eaten overcooked fried rice before? It's soggy, bro.
It's the nastiest thing, man. It's the nastiest
Yeah, Jules Koundé is overcooked fried rice. It's too.
Man, y'all lost out to Barca for him, man.
Yeah, imagine Barcelona is about to go get. See, let me tell you something, right? Blue Eyes and guys, most of these Chelsea guys. If we lose out on Jules Koundé, it's a bad indication for this guy for Toboli. Now people can say, oh, he's injured currently. Who knows? That's all the crap that's going to fly around. But the thing is, we seem to have no pool.
How invested is Todd Bowley right now? Is he even in London right now?
No, of course. He's in LA. The Dodgers are playing, right?
Yeah, but does that matter whether he's in London or not?
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't really. The thing is, what I'm seeing,
you're a billionaire, doesn't
yeah. No, what I'm seeing is, right?
yo, Blue Eyes.
You just call Bill, man.
Blue Eyes, he was lawyer, bro. He was lawyer.
Blue Eyes Bill, bully.
Bill, let's get out of here, man. Let's fly out of here, man.
I get it, but the thing is, I'm not digging the guy. But let me talk about Lukaku real quick.
Yeah,
this Lukaku guy, man, I think they should sue the guy's ass, man. The guy is not like, okay, wait. You go to a club, you go from Inter to Chelsea. In your interview in Chelsea, you say, wow, this is my dream club. They show you when you were 14-year-old, or 13 or 14-year-old, when you came to Stamford Bridge, and then you said, hey, this is where I want to play, blah, blah, blah. You sell all that crap to the fans. And then like 2 months, 3 months later, boom, you come out with a get weird interview where you're saying, hey, Lautaro, stay where you are. Don't worry. I'm coming back to get you. I'm coming back to play with you. And all that stuff. Like, I think if I was Chelsea, I'll let him go. What?
King, you're saying something.
Oh, sorry. I said he didn't even say he's going to come at the end of his career. He said he was going to come when he's fresh, when he's playing at the peak of his career,
exactly.
and he's 28. He
Yeah,
was 28 when he came, and you're saying, I don't know.
exactly. So
You know,
I think to me, right, they should just let the guy go. I'm hearing that because of this, a lot of things are holding down. Man, guy, sell this guy, let him go. You have zero need
Because and the man who just
for your
tweeted that
books.
the what's the name of Inter Milan president? Is it Zag? I don't even know his name. He said he's giving them the years plus 10 million plus 2
Yeah,
million
yeah, yeah. You
add-ons
get 10 million on loan from
on
him.
loan
Is that
plus add-on
obligation to buy?
obligation to buy, yeah, with 2 years
For how
loan.
much?
I think
Yo,
65.
Todd. Wait, guys, can I just say this right? I'm just reading this Todd Bowley, what's it called,
The
like
interview.
article, and there's something where he says, we think the global footprint of this sport. He's talking about football, right? Well, not American football, but football, right? And he's saying it's really underdeveloped. There are 4 billion fans of European football. There are 170 million fans in the NFL. Global club football is a fraction of the NFL media money. We are also going to be thinking about how do we get more revenues for the players. If you look at the NBA's LeBron James, for example, he has a whole business and a whole team dedicated to what's not on the court. I mean, like, guys, this goes back to our Pogba discussion, right? Like, players are trying to get their own brands. It's what it is for the game, like, and that's gonna grow
But
the
is
money.
that the way football?
It's
Like
going to turn Chelsea to a
European
mediocre
football.
team.
Yeah, European
No.
football is not cut the way is not cut the way the American sports are, and it will never be. I don't. Yeah, there's no way. You know, it's not just basketball.
I think
It's not
what he's
it's not
envisioning
NFL.
is that you guys will get to that level where you will spend on the
Yeah, but
superstars.
why would you say it's
But
not just
it's a long
basketball?
term. It's a long term thing.
But it's not going to
You
just
know,
happen
it's not
tomorrow.
just gonna
Yeah,
happen overnight. Like,
Yeah,
but that
yeah.
doesn't mean that
maybe
that's
you
how
guys need
basketball works, though.
maybe he has a
Basketball too is
vision.
complex.
Todd Bowley wants to
Well,
turn
well,
he wants to turn Chelsea to a
You understand
mediocre
what I mean?
team.
Basketball too is a
yeah.
very complex sport, like football.
I know it's complex, but bro, you just bought a club for a European, one of the European giants or European champions for 4.25 billion pounds.
Chaka.
You can't just turn it to instead. I understand what he's saying, like, hey,
So
build
hold
the
on,
brand up and
Amy.
all
So
that
all
stuff.
this assessment, Amy. So all this assessment is under 3 weeks that you're coming up
Yes,
with this assessment.
No, that's what he's saying now because Top Boy is granting these interviews. I'd rather he doesn't even grant these interviews. Just shut up and just keep working behind the scenes.
It's
Yeah, but
shocking.
Yeah, but the more he talks about these things,
Hmm.
the more people are like, "We're not signing anybody. The season is about to start in less than 8 weeks, and we
Don't
are
bring.
just at sea with the same players, even worse because we're depleted in many areas of the team."
Don't finish the.
I want to believe. Wait, bro, I see. I'm toasting, guys. I want to believe the reason why we've not signed anyone is because our financial year ends in June 30th, and they want to probably close out
Maybe.
Abramovich books,
Maybe.
right? They want to close out Roman's books and start a Todd Bowley book, on
in
July
July
1st.
1st. Yeah.
If that is not the reason why we've not signed anybody, Blue Eyes, we
But there have
are
been
in
rumors, though,
trouble.
right? That's what I was thinking with my club too, right? Until like the last 10 days or so, and even with you guys, it's building up. Even though it's obviously they don't want to spend past before June 30th, they still have tracks that they're looking at, right? So you guys are gonna get Raheem. I think you guys are getting Raheem for sure. Then you're gonna get, maybe a defender, a couple defenders, and then
Why are we getting Raheem Sterling?
We'll get there, bro. Amy, we'll get there. Relax. We'll get there.
Is that a question or is that a song?
Man, because
We'll get there.
I would buy someone that Manchester City is rejecting.
Relax, we'll
That's
get
okay.
there.
No
Better
problem.
player.
We'll get there. It's gonna
No
be a long
problem.
discussion,
No
but we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. But Lukaku stuff, I rather, man, we get rid of Lukaku. I wanted us to get Bastoni in return and no need for
We're not getting
obligation.
any player in return.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? It's as if they're actually screwing us over because we're not getting any player of any good player. Because if we get Bastoni or Skioner,
Skinner is going to PSG.
I know, right? If though we got one of those players, at least that solves one of our problems. And we're getting a quality player back. Well, we're never getting any player back. We're losing money. Man, it's okay, man.
We'll see.
This is all the Jay-Z. This is all the Jay-Z effect to me.
Let me come to Tosin on this. Tosin, I've watched him a little bit play, and I'm still confused. Relax. I'm still confused where this guy fits into the team. I'm confused now because I spoke to him about it today. That where does this guy fit in? Looking at this now, SMS.
Oh man,
where does it fit in? According to the report, is Lazio, that's the sporting director, will travel to London next week to speak to Chelsea about Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Emerson Palmieri. So Chelsea have told them they want Milinkovic Savic as a return back when they're gonna have that discussion to talk about. So Milinkovic Savic might be able to join Chelsea, and SFM and Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Emerson Palmieri might go the other way.
What a pickup! What a pickup for Chelsea.
Give me your take.
I mean, the Balkan Pogba, man. Another guy that looks up to Pogba. Well, I'm just saying, like, this would be a great signing for. This is a midfielder who can do it all. He can do everything. He's good in the air. He's a great passer of the ball. You know, he's not like consistent with it, but like he can pick out a pass. He will play that forward pass to break lines.
Mm-hmm.
He's athletic. He runs the full length of the field.
Is it just me while I'm hearing background noise?
I think I'm hearing that too. Which mic is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm muted, so I'm on mute.
Continue.
And yeah, no, Milinkovic Savic had his best season. Probably last season was his best season. You know, with Lazio. You know,
was it because
scored 11? He scored 11 goals.
Is it because of Sarri?
Yeah, Sarri even said that he's one of the best players he's ever coached last season. You know, he's just an unbelievable talent. So, look, man, Milinkovic Savic, honestly, he should have left like 2 years ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was linked with Madrid, PSG, you know, Bayern. But, I mean, he just chose to stay put, you know, at that racist club. So, now he's leaving, and let's see where he goes, you know.
Yeah,
I think if Chelsea are interested in him, and that seems like a player, Tuchel would like a player like this.
Emerson Palmieri and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. So we might get this guy in return.
Yeah, guys, you know how this one works. Lazio will not give us Savic.
They will. They want to sell him. No, they want to sell him.
They will not give this guy to Chelsea for free. For Emerson Palmieri,
it's not free. We're gonna pay.
Like money. They don't even like even Juve would like Juve could have tried to get Savic, but Lazio
money
rejected them.
They also will pay for him. They also will pay some.
But if Chelsea have the money, yeah. But that's the thing though. Like the president is a clown. He's always quoting teams 100 millions.
No. They're not gonna. No. Savic wants to leave. Even Savic said he wants to leave too. So that's what they're talking to.
Yeah. So maybe now
they want Ruben Loftus-Cheek and the Palmieri to come in. They also put some cash in it together to get this guy in. And his agent is former Chelsea player, Nat Marquezman.
Oh, Marquezman, yeah, that clown.
Well, if he comes, it will be a good deal. But the way we are moving in the market, like. How can you trust that this guy will be sold to Chelsea?
The problem is, I don't even understand that.
At this point,
like, I don't know if it's a DM, if it's a box to box.
No, he's a box to box.
He's a
box to box. Yeah, he's a box to box.
Because he's a box to box midfielder, but he will play. Okay, so.
Kovacic alert.
Don't think of this guy. Don't think of this. He's a way different player to Kovacic.
Yeah,
like he actually plays on the opposition surface. He gets in the box. But like, if you want to compare him to a midfielder, and don't take this as an insult. Don't think this is a bad thing. He's a refined, technically skilled Fellaini. That's what he is. You know how if Fellaini would have so much impact in the game. That's Milinkovic Savic, but way more talented, great, better feet, everything.
And
he has that type of impact in the game
too. He's both legs.
Imagine this guy playing next to Jorginho.
No, this guy, Jorginho and Kovacic will cook.
Yeah, that would be a nice midfield.
Yeah,
but the problem is because Mount is gonna play. we're gonna have Conor Gallagher into the squad. How does it work? Even Bellingham.
Gallagher, this man
No,
said,
no,
we're having a
Tuchel-
savage discussion. You
Are
said
you
Gallagher.
you're talking about Milinkovic, Savic, talking about Gallagher? Are you
No, I'm not.
Nah,
My problem is,
Abdullah,
let me-
No,
let me-
I'm lying.
Abdullah,
Relax
wait,
now.
what I'm saying is,
This
I
is
don't
one of
know
the best
where
midfielders in Europe.
I would love to have Milinkovic Savic, yes, but the problem is, how do we play him? Because
We're not playing anybody at once. No,
leave that one to
he's a
Tuchel
midfield.
now.
He's
Let
good.
Tuchel
If
worry
you play him
about
in a
that.
double pivot in front of the back four, you can play him in a midfield three, either on the right side or the left side, because he uses both feet. He's not an anchor midfielder. If you're asking, he's not an anchor midfielder. He's a box-to-box midfielder that can do everything. He can pass, he can dribble, he can shoot. He can shoot. He scores a lot of good goals from outside the box. So that's something
Wow.
apparently. Yes.
So,
Yeah, and he's a dead ball specialist too.
And
He
he's
takes
exactly.
free kicks.
He's good in the dead ball too.
Kova go day bench, Kova go chop bench.
Well, I don't know if Kova will be
I
on
think
the
they'll
bench,
play
man.
together. I think they'll
No,
play together.
no. Somebody like this would be perfect with Jorginho, man.
Yeah, it's something that. But the thing is,
One guy stays, the other
if I'm
guy
bringing
goes.
in Milinkovic, Savic, right, and we're losing Loftus Cheek
and Emerson Palmieri.
and Emerson, that's fair though. Yeah, that's fair. I know. Emerson.
How old
and
is this guy?
Loftus-Cheek
How old
are
is this guy?
26.
He's 26.
Yeah, 26.
Young guy.
Well, the guy is good though. He's good. Like this
I
guy,
don't know
this
about
guy's
that.
value is about 100 million.
100 million, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I
And
would say 80. I would say
And his
80.
he's
agent,
not an
Lewis, and his agent is
Wait,
not
No,
going
not
to
100 is
Chouameni-
too much.
wait,
100 is
is
too much.
Chouameni-
Yeah.
Chouameni is
Chouameni
80.
going for 100 is a joke. Chouameni is 60 million.
No,
50
hold on.
even. 50.
Oh,
50.
wait,
I would say
wait,
50 max. 50 to
If
60.
Chouameni
50 to
is
60.
80 million plus 20 on add-ons, this
Yeah,
guy
that's
is
too much.
100
That's way
million.
too much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this guy's gonna be 100 million easily.
Damn.
I don't
I
know.
don't
if
know
it's
though.
something
Like that's the
that-
thing, but I wouldn't pay 100 million for a lot of players.
Hold on. So
That's the
this
thing.
guy being 100 million is okay in comparison to Declan Rice being 80 million.
This guy is better than Declan Rice. What he
Okay.
can do is more than Declan Rice. Though.
Okay.
This guy gives you more than what Declan Rice
He look.
will give
The
you.
guy looks. How tall is this guy? He looks tall.
He's
I think
6'3".
He's 6'3".
6'3".
He's a tall. He's a
6'2",
Balkan.
6'3".
Like Matic.
He's a real Balkan. Yeah, he's real Balkan. All his heart, everything.
Even the
And he has
reported that his
mentality.
agent is able, because his agent is a former Chelsea player, so he's
Yes, man.
really pushing
Yeah,
him
he
He
hard.
was he's
You're
probably
pushing me hard to join.
for Syria journalists, like the people who watched it, they probably say he's the best midfielder in Syria.
Yeah.
He's very,
Yeah.
very
He's the
good.
best
Yeah,
midfielder in
he's very
Syria.
Yeah,
So,
if we get this guy, it's a big coup. I won't lie. I'll give up Loftus Cheek as much as I love him. I'll give Loftus Cheek away for this
And
guy.
and Emerson Palmieri too. That makes sense too.
Emerson-
Sorry, always liked Loftus Cheek.
He
Yeah,
left
yeah,
and
yeah.
I pass into. So I'm
But
happy.
watch out, Loftus Cheek will ball for Sarri because
He will
Sarri
ball, yeah,
knows how
he
to
will.
use him.
We will. Don't say quick answer before we move on.
Oh, his thoughts on guys.
Don't
Is
say.
this
Scary
Vitinha?
hours. Scary hours.
Scary guy for PSG.
Who is
That's
this
real for
Vitinha?
Renato Sanchez and Vitinha. He plays for
Yo,
Porto.
I was
right?
watching this Vitinha guy, man. Yeah.
When did
I
you
didn't
watch
know
it,
about
man?
him
Don't tell
until
me
last
YouTube.
week,
Don't tell me YouTube, man. No,
but I
don't
was
tell me
watching him on the good old YouTube, man.
Oh crap!
I'm watching. I think you know what I saw? I saw Francisco Roman Alarcon in his game. I
No,
was watching
stop.
Isco.
Stop.
I was watching Isco. We got our own Isco.
No.
PSG got their own Isco now. Oof.
See,
It's crazy. It's
but how
crazy.
can you have
And then
this
we're
guy
getting
that
Renato.
plays
And
like
then we're getting
Isco?
Renato. And then we're getting Renato
Renato
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Bro, did you see what? I think Chelsea fans, you saw firsthand what he did to you guys at the bridge.
Yeah. Renato is a baller.
You saw what he did to y'all at the bridge.
Now he rejected this similar to go to PSG. Ooh. And
Now we get
Lewis
involved.
Campbell
We
is
get
Oh, hold
involved
on.
in that
Renato
midfield
Sanchez
now.
is going to PSG.
he's
Yeah,
going
he's
to
going to
PSG. Yeah.
PSG. It looks like he's going to score
Yeah.
because
He's going to
if
PSG.
PSG finally
hours.
have
Scary
a
hours.
director,
And
Then
they have a
after
sporting
Renato
director
director
in
director
Lewis
of
Campbell.
football.
Chai,
Yeah.
chai. Okay.
Yeah.
All roads could lead to
And
West
they have a
Ham.
sporting director, which is Lewis
All
Campbell,
roads lead
best
to
in
West
the world.
Ham.
It's okay. Yeah, we'll manage.
Abdul
Declan.
Milinkovic Savic.
Oh God, you really
We'll
love
manage-
London Stadium. You really want to go to London Stadium.
We'll manage Declan. If
And-
everybody,
and-
nothing
and
remain,
London
nobody
Stadium
remain
is
now.
in the
Nobody
Premier
remain.
League.
now.
So Milinkovic Savic. Apparently Sarri want
So
Ruben left to shake and Emerson Palmieri, and we are going for Milinkovic Savic in return.
the thing is, I'm a bit tired of all the speculation, and I'll start
Yeah, me
believing
too.
them when I see them. But if we are to talk about the player just by himself,
SMS,
he's
yeah.
actually what I'll call like a complete midfielder. But I'm a bit scared because he stayed a bit, well, not stay. I wouldn't say stayed, but he hasn't
Too
moved
long.
to like
He
a
was in
top
prison. He
challenging
was in
club,
prison. He was in
and
prison for
he's,
2-3 years.
26 years old.
Don't you
Oh,
think he
okay.
wanted to
Well, I
move though?
mean,
Don't you think he wanted to move
kudos to him
earlier?
then, because well, the thing is, did Grealish not want the move from Aston Villa, but he still remained there till he's 26. So I don't like players moving to like very competitive level when they're after 25, because I think it might be difficult for their what do you call it, physiology to actually adapt sometimes. Depends on the role they're playing. But the thing is, if in reality this guy comes to Chelsea this summer, that means Declan Rice is not coming this summer, because as Emi said, he's actually, if you want to rate him football wise, he's better than Declan Rice at the moment. I'm not saying Declan Rice might not be better than him in the future.
Yeah, but who says we
This
who
Declan
says we
Rice now.
who says we
I'm
can't
not
get
trying
the
to
both
hate.
of
I'm
them?
not trying to hate, but like, who is Declan Rice, man? You guys stop talking about this man like that, bro.
Stop, don't let
It's too
No,
much,
hold
man.
on,
Like
hold on.
y'all,
Listen,
no,
listen,
seriously,
don't
bro.
let
Like
those
it's
guys get
getting
into the heat,
embarrassing,
bro.
bro.
Don't let him get into the heat.
Hold on.
Tosin,
Who says
Come on,
who
man.
says that? Hold on. I just have one question before you.
I'm just
Go on,
Abdul, I just have one question for you, Abdul, before you go any further.
hello.
Who says that we cannot get
Yeah.
Milinkovic, Savic, and Declan Rice at the same time? Who says that?
That'll be your whole budget.
No,
right?
I'm just
We have
number one.
different
Number one. Let me answer the question.
I'll do one
Number
now.
one, what's this? This guy don't confuse me. No, number one, I'm not.
I'm really struggling, man. Wait, there are two of these guys.
Okay.
Who is the
So,
second guy?
We have two people here. What's
which guys?
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Abdul. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the thing is, the way it seems like we're doing our transactions and the things that is coming out of Chelsea and the way we're actually operating now, I don't think we can get the two of them if in reality, Blue Eyes, we have not more than 200 million to spend. Because this guy, I don't think this guy will be rated less than 60 million.
I
And
think
then
it's
you want to buy
I think it's
Declan Rice again for like 70 million. No, this guy will cost more than 50, except Lazio don't know what they're talking.
no.
Really.
Lazio said no
You have to check
because
what they're
Mauricio
doing.
said
This
this
guy
is
is what
this is the report
Are you a big club or are you a big team?
wait, Abdul, because
Pick a
the
side.
sporting
pick a side.
director, Bless, hold on. The sporting director is traveling to London next week to speak to Chelsea about.
How many times do these sporting directors travel to?
I don't know, because Sarri is telling them that he wants Ruben Love to shake and Emerson Palmieri. He's telling them he want them. So Chelsea are telling them they want Milinkovic Savic in return. So because Sarri is telling them he wants Ruben and Emerson
No,
Palmieri.
I'm just
Go ahead.
I'm just saying in value, I don't think this guy is less than 60 in monetary value. So I don't know how they do the deal, but I don't think they. So my point is to get this guy for 60 million and get Declan Rice for another 70 million. It means
that's
one of Jorginho, Kovacic, and
Declan Rice is probably going to be next summer, not this summer anymore.
So that is what I'm trying to say. But I believe if we bring this guy in, is to create competition for our first three midfielders.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's why I'm saying I don't think we'll get Declan Rice again on top of getting this guy. But I'm actually tired of the speculation and the lack of movement by Chelsea. So I'll just believe when I see a player signs again. So, but if you're talking about a footballer, this guy is good. But then he's 26 and he's been playing in Lazio, the Italian league, where the pitch is a bit slower. But I still think he can adapt.
Yeah. I believe too, because
But
that
I think
that guy is tall as bamboo. He's tall as bamboo tree.
Bamboo tree.
He's tall as bamboo. When I watch him, I'm like, what the heck is this guy? When I
Well,
watch
you'll see him in the midfield anywhere he plays, though. He's
yeah.
got my own trip about him is just that double foot that he can actually kick the ball with 2 legs easily.
He's very good with his feet, man.
Yeah.
But I know
He's
Blue
very-
Eyes.
he's
I know
very good
Blue
with
Eyes
his feet.
is recording me. So
He
so
has
that he
everything.
quotes me in 6 months. In December, Blue Eyes will quote you and say, "Amy, you're the one that wanted it. You are the one that wanted it." I know. Yeah. Go ahead.
Blue Eyes. Milinkovic Savic.
Listen, man. He looks like he could be a good guy. He looks like he could be good
Yo,
in that
my
midfield.
man just looking, just going off looks.
Yeah.
Blue Eyes,
Looks
what
like-
are you doing?
No. My own concern is simple. Can you come in and hit the ground running? It's a very crucial position for
Yeah,
us.
see, that's hard. Yeah, like
Yeah.
he might not
Exactly.
he might not do that. That's the thing.
And if you can't, can you handle the heat? Because the fans are going to go after you.
Yeah.
You know, and just like any other team, I'm not trying to say it's kind of special treatment, but can you? And if you can hit the ground running, how fast can you do it? Because that position, as soon as you beat any man in that position, we concede.
Yep. I agree.
We concede. So, I mean, again, I like this. He gives me Matic vibes.
Matip, that was I was
But
about
he's
to say.
better than Matic, Joe.
He's
He's
better
not.
than
Matic is more of a DM.
Okay.
So Matic sits,
Yeah.
but this guy doesn't sit. This guy
I
actually
see.
drives forward, right?
Is he
And
defensive? Does he have defensive
Oh
traits?
yes, he wins tackles. Yeah, he's defensive. Yeah, he wins tackles. He's strong in the air.
Right, he's like exactly that's a very good comparison. He's just like if you've seen Matic play, that's how he plays. But he's more attacking than Matic.
Yeah, he's more attacking than Matic. He has the attributes Matic has in defensive qualities. It's just that he now has more in the forward play. He actually, he's part of that forward play. And the thing is, he can shoot. That's something
He's good on the hair. Very good on the hair.
What about pace? What about pace?
He has pace. Do you really need a lot of pace in midfield? I'll take Fabregas in our current.
No, obviously, when I mean pace, just ability to, sometimes you
get
put
off
a ball
from his marker. Yeah, he can get off his marker, and he's physical too. So yeah.
So
he's not as slow as Pogba.
I also want to talk about somebody too, in which I've been looking at. Like last season, I have a little bit about him, looking at him season and watching him little bit. And I think Tosin and Emily, you guys watch the Serie A very well. I like him very well because I like what I see in the defender. That's why I say if we lose Juskunde,
I don't know much about him. I don't know.
I'm gonna
know
put
who
it.
you're talking about. I know you talking
Hold
about.
on,
I don't
hold
really
on.
know much about
If we lose Juskunde, I won't get angry. If we lose Kalidou Koulibaly, I will not get really mad.
Who is that?
Hold on. I will not get really mad, but I would love this guy in Chelsea because there are
Look at
some
his-
reason I'm
look
young
at his
guys who
Bremer
are good for
from
him.
Torino.
And I like him very, very well. He's a very good defender, I kind of like, and I want him in Chelsea. Gleison Bremer.
Oh, the Torino guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about him.
He's raw.
He won Serie A Defender of the Year, so
he is a
Yo,
raw.
Vilton is the Brazilian. Vilton is the Brazilian.
Vilton,
Vilton will probably know him though.
Vilton, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Gleison Bremer.
What about Justin Bremer?
The report is like he wants to move, so probably gonna go to. He has 3 clubs to choose from: Inter Milan, Chelsea, and Tottenham Hotspur.
Why is Inter buying him? Is Inter selling one of their defenders?
Yeah, I think they might sell Milan Skriniar to PSG.
Okay, well, that's that.
So Inter Milan, Tottenham Hotspur, and Chelsea. So he has 3 clubs to choose. So he will probably decide by end of the season, by the end of the June. So your take on him?
Justin Bremer, man.
Yeah, he plays for Torino. I like him. I like him very well. He's a very good defender. I've watched him this season in Torino.
It's sad, man. He's not gonna make the World Cup squad.
He said he's gonna give his best to make the World Cup squad.
I doubt it, man.
Why? This guy's a good defender. Why won't he? Okay, why? This guy, is he not better than Militao?
He's not better than Militao. Relax, man.
Are you sure?
This guy gives me Zuma vibes.
Bro, come on,
Zuma,
bro.
Zuma vibes.
Stop.
I think it's better than Zuma. He's better than
Militao
Zuma.
is a Champions League
No,
winner,
no,
man.
no,
Have
no,
some
he's
shame,
terrible.
have some shame.
He's terrible on the ball.
Wait.
terrible on the ball.
Well,
We play possession-based system. You cannot bring
Oh
a
my!
guy who's
I
not good
don't
on
think.
ball.
guys,
What
mute
is
your mic.
our
Guys, mute your
How
mic.
can a
system play?
Brazilian
It's a lot.
how can a Brazilian be terrible on the ball?
Guys, mute your mic.
Have you
Even
seen
if
Richarlison? Have you seen Richarlison? Have you seen
Richarlison,
Richarlison and Fred? Have you seen Fred play? How can you tell me
Fred is
how can
actually
a
a good footballer.
Brazilian be terrible on the ball? Because you're a
No,
Brazilian, automatically you have
no.
DNA.
No, by the way,
We
that
have
guy,
trash Brazilians as well.
the guy who's speaking right now, he has an agenda, bro. This guy was
Yeah, sure.
speaking.
I think he
This
does.
guy was
This guy,
speaking
Bremer is good.
crazy
He's good.
last hangout we're on. This guy was saying Allison is not a world class goalkeeper. He was saying a bunch of stuff, man. So take a pinch of salt, whatever. Kit Kat, I think his name is.
Yeah,
Is
King. Yeah,
saying, man,
King.
yeah, because this guy's is an agenda merchant, man.
Oh,
He's
is
an
that?
agenda
Okay,
merchant.
okay. If you want him ahead of
Yeah,
Koulibaly,
your mic is
because
breaking
I
up.
can hear.
King, your mic is breaking up. What's going on? Your mic is breaking up. You need to come out and comment. It's breaking up. We don't know what's going on. Are you using like headphone, headset? It's breaking up, though.
No, but honestly
So
though,
you
right?
tell me, I'm continue.
You
I
guys
like
know
him,
the
though. I like him. I like him.
you guys
I'll
know
love
the
him.
FBread website, right? Where you could look up player stats and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go look at his defensive stat. It's pretty good. And I mean he'd be a cheap center back, he'd be a cheap like signing if Chelsea were to go after him. And let's keep it real too. Yes, if I'm just you, go after Koulibaly, but I don't think Koulibaly is leaving Napoli. He would have left Napoli by now if he wanted to.
He
Because
wants
I
to go,
really
but I don't know who's gonna
He
be
has
on
1 year
Arsenal.
left on his. He has 1 year left on his contract, and he's saying he doesn't want to sign.
He doesn't want
That's
to sign.
Koulibaly.
and at the moment, man, honestly, man, Chelsea
But
signing
like, can you
is
hear
gonna be
me?
mad because
Yeah, we can hear you, but
you guys will link with Kunde. You guys still haven't signed him yet. You guys will link with Dembele. You still haven't signed Dembele yet. Now you link with Ryan Sterling. So I don't know if you're gonna sign him or not. But yeah, Gleison Bremer, bro. He's a cheaper option, and he's not gonna cost you much because he doesn't. It's not like he's playing in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So honestly, if I'm Chelsea, I'll go after him. Like based on what I've seen last season, and his stats are speaking for it. He's really good at defending, but Kikat's kind of right. He's not that good on the ball. He's not that good. He's progressive on the ball. It's not that great, but I mean,
I thought you said they shouldn't take what I say with a pinch. They should take what I say with a
no,
pinch of salt.
but you are agenda driven. That's the issue. You are agenda driven.
Bro.
You can't be objective, bro. Last hangout, what I was hearing from your mouth was disgusting, bro.
Because I don't like Allison. Because I don't think Allison is the best keeper in the world. Now you're telling me
I didn't say
I
he's the
shouldn't take
best.
things
You were
with
saying he's not top 5. You said he's not world class. That's
Allison?
what you were saying. You're saying
No,
Ederson is
no.
better.
I said
Courtois
he's
is
not the
probably
best.
ahead of Allison, but I don't know how many goalkeepers are ahead of Allison.
No, he
apart
said
from Courtois.
Ederson, all those guys. He said Alisson is not top 5, man,
Edison?
not world class.
Edison is better than Allison? No.
Mark Mayan is better than Alisson. Relax.
Yeah, he said Matt
No.
Madden is also better than Alisson too.
No.
Yeah, I can argue that, but I mean, I don't want to go too much on that.
No, guys.
So,
Let's
like,
Mark
that's
Mayan
just
is a
my
better
opinion on
goalkeeper than
Allison.
Alisson
Maybe because
Becker.
I'm not a
It's
Liverpool
simple.
fan, so that's just what I think. In my opinion, he's not the best goalkeeper in the world. That's it. That's what I said. So with Bremer, if you're not good on the ball, you're just Kozuma to me. Kozuma is good defensively, but he's not just good on the ball, and so that's why
he
I'm
can
letting him
learn
go.
that though.
So
If you don't go for him,
Don't you think there's room for improvement though? He's still a young guy.
yeah.
Let me even check his age.
If you don't go for Bremer, I'm pretty sure like a team like Arsenal Spurs is gonna go for him.
How old is he?
He's like
yeah,
24,
it's good.
25,
It'll be
I
good for
think,
us.
something like that.
It'll
I
be
think
good
he's
for us now,
24,
but I can't
25,
leave.
I don't remember.
You guys are always giving Arsenal
He's
some
25.
players.
He's 25.
Oh,
He's
he's 25. Okay.
Yeah.
He's
He
25.
has. I remember when we bought Rudiger. Rudiger was
6'2".
not this good defensively.
Yeah.
Yeah, he improved with time, and he had coaches that helped him improve. You're not ever going to buy the most complete defender. It's not possible, right?
Yeah.
At some point, the person will have some deficiencies, and if his only deficiency is his ability to drive the ball forward, he doesn't have to play that role. He could just be the defender in the mix. I remember, I think we're trying to go back to a back four. I think he's good in the back four.
Here we go again.
If you're not good on the ball with the back four, if you're not good on the ball in the back four, you're going to see. If you make a single mistake as a defender, two wide central defenders, one at the right side of the edge of the box, and the other one at the left side. If you are terrible on the ball, your error might lead to a goal immediately. You can't tell me you are terrible on the ball and because it's a back four, it's better than a back three. No. If you are not good on the ball, I would rather you are, the reason why Christensen actually played a lot of games for Chelsea is not because he's the best defender. He's just good. He's decent on the ball. That's it. In the Premier League, if you're playing in a team, a Thomas Tuchel team, that we're going to have the ball like 60-70% of the ball and playing 80% or 70% of the games in the Premier League or in the Champions League, then you need your defenders to be good. He's suspect. Once you see, is this type of player that once you see them with the ball, you're not comfortable. He's very good defensive. He can come back and defend, and as a lot, one-on-one, he could defend. He could stand his ground. But like once you see him on the ball, you are scared. You are not comfortable as a fan watching. How can you say that person is good? That's what I'm saying.
I agree. But for me, King, I agree with what you said, but also sometimes there's always a room for improvement. And I've seen Tuchel improve our defender in this season, though. It might not a little bit improve our attacker, but defensive is improve defensively. Because majority of our defenders sometimes defend like a headless chicken, but it's improved them a lot and make them better and comfortable when they play from the back. So if we sign him, I'll just say maybe with Tuchel, he might be able to improve his defensively in terms of being good on the ball.
If we sign him, to me, it's a sign. It's not a good progression from Rudiger. If we're getting anyone to replace Rudiger, it has to be on the level of Rudiger, or at least on a level higher, or just a little bit, just on that level. We don't want to drop from Rudiger to Nathaniel Ake or something. I heard we were linked to Ake of Man City. Telling me he's decent. We don't want decent. If we're going to be competing in the Champions League, in the Premier League,
man, I think you guys are cooked, man. Tuchel's making your decisions, your transfers are. You guys are in trouble.
Wait, explain that, Alexi. Who is that? Who explain that song?
My bad.
Relax. Easy.
So, guys, about Bremer, like, no, just as Chelsea fans, we should say no to this. Like, hell no. You can be good as a defender in Italy, but if you are not a good ball player, like, how can you, Abdullah? I heard you saying you will not be angry if we don't get Koulibaly, but if we get Bremer, what?
I said, if we see, I know the club I support. Chelsea Football Club will always direct things toward the end of the season before they buy players. I've watched this guy play, and everything you said, I don't disagree with it. But there's always a room for improvement. And
no, when he moves with the ball, let me tell you one more thing about him. Once he starts to move, you remember Zuma used to make this type of movement. He makes this run, tries to run like when he's moving with the ball, pushing the ball, maybe he can take on the player, and he just continues to move. He's suspect. You can't have that type of player at this level.
But King, I can also tell you that I can also repeat what you said and tell you that Rudiger isn't that good the way we think it, because if you look at Stuttgart and AS Roma, Rudiger was just a decent central back.
But when he came to Chelsea, was good though.
Rudiger's presentation at Madrid is tomorrow. Are you guys wish him well? Do you wish him?
I wish him the best
failure, or
do you?
So for me, you think he'll be exposed, or
we have to wait and see if it's time for Chelsea. Then I will have to kind of analyze him much more.
Of course, I wish him well, man. Of course, I wish him nothing but success in everything he does, man. Of course, I wish him the best. He's gonna touch another big. I know he's gonna touch another big medal. It's coming. The guy has work. You know what did it for me, Tosin, for Rudiger, is the way he finished his time at Chelsea. Every day, that guy put in 200%.
100%, yeah.
He didn't sell out. He didn't complain. He didn't even. You wouldn't even know that.
He didn't go, oh, my stomach hurt.
No,
Christensen or something.
You didn't even. I forgot he was leaving. He was playing like he needed a contract extension at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave us all his heart
Yeah,
for Chelsea.
man. Whoever advised him, I'm not sure if that's him naturally, but if there was someone who advised him, poor person did a good job.
Yeah. So, Blue Eyes, do you watch this guy playing in Torino
No,
last season or no?
no.
Okay.
He
Fair
looks
enough.
like he doesn't fit our club.
No comment. No comment. Let me move on. No comment.
No.
No comment. So, guys, like you guys were kind of accusing me last week when I was talking about him, and I kind of checked his wages that he's going to be earning. So
Abdullah, before
apparently,
you move on, Abdullah,
mm-hmm.
Abdullah,
Yep.
Abdullah, before you move on, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
on this Brazilian guy that you just said,
Yep.
this defender,
Yeah, Gleison Bremer.
I don't think like technically he's up. Yeah, I don't think technically he's up there. But for guys that has not watched him, he gives me this Pepe kind of mentality.
Different mental.
You know, that savagery kind of defender. So that's a guy who put his neck on the line. It doesn't really matter. You know,
Okay, so
he
yeah,
gives me this kind
that's
of
not a bad
mentality.
thing. That's not a
And
bad thing to have.
yeah. So he gives me that kind of Pepe. I'm from I don't really care. I'm just here to play football. You know, that kind of savagery mentality. So that's the kind of vibes he gives me. I'm not saying he's the best defender in the world, but as
Yeah.
you've said, Abdullah, there's room for
Yep.
improvement.
Yep.
And he's one of those players I look at. I know he's not scared to step up. He's not going to freeze. He's not going to say, oh, this stage is bigger, or they didn't build a team around me, or they didn't buy this player or buy that player. There's something about his mentality
He
that
wants to
reminds
always
me
win.
when you say somebody is in Brazilian football. When
So
you
when so when
what they mean by when they say what they mean when they say he's a Brazilian footballer, it's not that saying that he's skillful or more skillful than every other person. It's the mentality they're talking about. There's no fear. There's, I have to succeed as this. Everybody in Brazil is watching me. That kind of mentality. He reminds me,
And also,
but
you have
still,
Sergio Silva too there, so you can easily
I don't know.
improve him
I'm still
also. There's Silva there, so you can also play alongside
that's
Thiago Silva. Yeah.
so if
And I
this guy
think
see if this
yeah,
guy
okay. So a
if
person like
Harry
that
Kane
can be his mentor.
if Harry Kane is running from the left and Heung-min Song is running from the right, and then Kulusevski from the center, what will this guy do?
no comment. No comment.
He will run in one direction, and I wouldn't be scared of getting an hamstring.
No
That's what
comment.
this guy will do. That's what he
You want
reminds
So,
you want to
Nana Matrix where hit you right there, man. Matrix.
relax.
Hit you
So,
with the Matrix.
guys, on Tuesday it will be officially confirmed, sealed, and done. Sadio Mane will be moving to Bayern Munich on a 3-year deal with a 3 years deal with 250,000 wages. Is going to be getting in Bayern Munich. So Sadio Mane Dio will be moving to Bayern on Tuesday. He will be doing his medical. So 40 million. Bayern Munich play 40 million for Liverpool to complete his deal. So they'll be able to finalize and pay up for Darwin Nunes transfer. So guys, Sadio Mane will be moving on Tuesday. Cook it up on him.
Man, Premier League legend, just a great player. He's the king of Africa right now. You watched him in the qualifiers, the AFCON qualifiers that happened a couple weeks ago. He scored a hat trick, scored a last-minute penalty to win his team the game. He's just the guy right now. He's just that guy.
Absolutely.
He is him. HIM. He's him.
So how many goals does this guy in the Bundesliga tax?
But now he's going to Bayern, and they've already confirmed that he's going to be playing where he played in at Liverpool. So he will play on the left.
On the left, yeah.
Mane is going there to play on the left. So him and Alphonso Davies on one side.
Yeah.
Very interesting to see. That's very explosive. I want to see how Mane does. But I don't know. Like, he does have, if he has his first poor patch of form, I want to see what people say. Because the last big time signing that went to Bayern was Leroy Sané.
Leroy Sané, yeah.
Leroy Sané was a monster in the Premier League. He went to the Bundesliga. We haven't heard of him. It's like a reverse. It's like people that go to the Bundesliga go there to eat. The reverse happened to Leroy Sané.
But I think I think for me, Mane is a better player than Leroy Sané, and I think because of his experience in Salzburg, Southampton, back to Liverpool, then back to Bayern. I think with the experience and the caliber of player team he has played with and he's played against, is understanding with the Bundesliga will be much, but I don't think it will kind of collapse or kind of have the bad patch that much because he will understand the way he wants to play football and he will be smart and intelligent enough to kind of modify his game together to the level of Bayern want him to play at, for me. So Blue Eyes, Sadio Mane.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, man. Just like Tusi said,
250,000 a week.
Go after the bag. Liverpool legend. He came in, he conquered. I saw his transition from Southampton to Liverpool.
Do you see it from Salzburg? You watch Salzburg?
Yeah, a little bit. I saw him a little bit at Salzburg when he was buzzing. But most of the time when I was watching him at Southampton, I didn't see him going to Liverpool. And when he went to Liverpool, I'm like, is this going to work?
His goal on his debut against Arsenal. Who remembers that? The left foot into the top, and then and then he hops on Klopp's back for the celebration.
Yeah,
I was like, man, Liverpool got a gem. And he played on the right, that season because Salah wasn't on the team then.
Yeah,
he played on the right. He used to play on the right. In Southampton, he played, as a support striker.
It was more from the middle, man. I really enjoyed watching this game. Yeah.
He's shown that he can play in a front three.
Okay, before we go on to the next one, let me change the topic a little bit. Okay, let's say now he has won the Premier League, he's won the UCL, he won the Africa Cup of Nations. Where do we rank Sadio Mane, African all time? Where?
It depends.
He's like outside of the top 10. 11, 12.
Yeah, fair enough. It's good to go far before you come to the actual number. It's always safe that way, yeah. But he's close, man. He's close.
No, but for me personally,
no, there's names where
I wouldn't put him over. I wouldn't put him over Abedi Pele. I wouldn't put him over.
You can't put him over. You can't put him over.
I wouldn't put him over Yaya. I wouldn't put him over Kanu.
No, you can't put him over the Liberian president.
I couldn't put him over Roger Miller.
George Weah.
I couldn't put him over George Weah. I can't put him over Okocha. I can't.
No way.
I don't know. I can't.
You can't even put him over his countryman. What's his name?
Abu Trika.
No.
Sorry, El Hadji Diouf.
Diouf. No, you can't put him over Diouf, man.
I can't put him over. I don't think. Yeah, like the level Diouf played at in 2002 World Cup.
Wow.
Like qualitatively, I don't think Mane has hit that level. But the thing is, Diouf never played well in AFCON though.
I know. Diouf was Mr. Showtime.
But he was Showtime though.
Diouf was Showtime to the core, man. Diouf was a rock star.
Yeah, that's the thing with Mane. He's great, but I don't know. I can't say he's top 10. I can't put him over Drogba, Yaya Toure.
So maybe top 11, top 12?
Yeah, he's outside the top 10. That's just being realistic, man. Or do you guys disagree? Or I don't know.
I think I agree. I agree with that.
Sorry.
Looking at all time.
At what? Top at what?
He's close.
I said all-time African player.
Yeah, I have him outside the top 10.
African greats.
I don't know.
He's close.
You say what?
The only thing he doesn't have going for him.
Top 10.
Anyways, he's played in every club.
He's playing in Salzburg, Southampton, Liverpool.
Yes, Tony Yeboah, absolutely. Vote with your feet, Tony Yeboah, absolutely.
He's definitely in the top 10, though, Sadio Mane. He has to be in the top 10.
I don't think he's top 10.
Because, one, he helped give his country their first AFCON ever. He's the top scorer for Senegal. Because I'm looking at let's look at the top 10 candidates, right? Eto'o, most people say he's the greatest of all time. Or most people, you have Eto'o, George Weah, Drogba, Okocha.
Drogba is way below. Drogba is down.
No, I'm not putting. I'm just naming names, right? Then obviously you have Wojciech Milia, Yaya Toure,
There's tons of
Abedai,
players, man. Tons of players.
from Ghana. The guy from Egypt, what's his name?
Abutreka.
No,
Where do you start, man?
Salah even.
No, yeah, Salah. I think Salah's there too, man. I know we hate on him.
I don't know. I'm
Well,
not sure Salah's
I think
top
it's better
10
than
either.
Salah. Stop. I don't
No,
even
I
think
don't
Salah's
think
naming
Salah's
him.
top 10 either.
I
I'm
don't even
just
think
giving
Salah's
him.
top 10 at all.
What
I
about
do
the
not think he's top 10.
Egyptian
I don't
guy?
have either. I don't have either Salah or Mane top 10.
What about the Egyptian? What's his name? El Adari. El
Abutreka.
Adari. What's his
No,
name?
his name is Abutreka.
Oh,
Osama
El
San.
Hadari, yeah, El Hadari,
Yeah,
El
yeah.
Hadari.
Adari. Yeah. Yeah, so I think Mane has a shout to be in the top 10. Honestly, I mean, if you help your country win their first AFCON, and
Stop with Jamila the Ligan flop.
Nah, man. I mean, the guy did at 42 years old, man, playing a
You
World
guys
Cup,
stop.
man.
Relax,
Come on,
relax.
man.
Relax on with Jamila.
That's pretty iconic.
And
Man.
you guys forget some of the greats from the 80s and the 70s.
I'm just
Like if you
listening.
go and check out I'm not sure, maybe King is from Ghana, but there's this guy, Abdurazak Golden Boy. I think he played in the 70s. Oh my God. Or in the 80s, I'm not sure. Oh my God. I don't even think any of these guys are close to him. I believe Abdurazak Golden Boy.
I don't know.
Golden Boy. His nickname was Golden Boy.
Bro,
But his name, one of his names is
they're in the top 10,
Abdurazak.
though. I honestly do
And
think
he never left Ghana.
I think they're in the top 10, Tosin, honestly. I think Salah and Mane are in the top 10. Maybe they're 9 and 10.
No. Please don't do this to African football.
Of all time?
Please.
Do you think of
I
all
beg
time?
you,
Or
please.
just
No.
in this decade?
What did Abdul
Yeah,
say?
he's trying to say all time. That we're saying all time. I don't think they're there all time.
No, we can't say all time.
No, we can't say all time, man. No way, man.
Some of the
Can you guys name me the
come
top 10
on.
players you guys have?
Blue Eyes. Do you remember even Shegun Odegbami?
Yeah,
of course.
Mr. Mathematician.
Can you guys name your top 10 list?
How exactly
Top
the
10
mathematician?
How do you
And
start?
then before Odegbami, there was I think
Let me
there's some
quickly
guy
go. Let me
called
quickly go. My
Chu or
top
something
10
like.
is
Because obviously you're gonna have Jose Weir,
this Liberia guy.
Eto,
What's his name? George Weah.
Drogba,
For me, George Weah. I'll
Abedi
go with
Pele.
Eto, Drogba.
Are you talking of top 10 African strikers of all time?
No. We're talking about. My question is Sadio Mane. Let's say I know he's won the African Cup of
I don't
Nations.
see how he's not top 10, man.
EPL. He's won the UCL.
deserves
Is
that,
he
man.
under the African grade? Is Sadio Mane top 10 or above top 10?
No way.
No.
With all due respect, too.
No.
But can you guys name me the 10 though? Can you guys name me 10?
Somebody said
think.
Eto, Weah, Drogba, and Mane.
No.
That's
There are a
not.
lot of very
but
good-
that's the
there are
thing
a lot of
though.
very
You guys
good
keep on
African
saying no.
strikers.
But can you guys name me the top
I know
10?
these days people talk about and this is wrong, right? Using yardsticks like the Champions League.
What are you saying?
Yeah,
What you want?
Top
No,
10
top
all
10
time.
players
Top 10
of all time.
African players. of all time.
Amen. You're adding context.
Let me not lie. Back in the days. No, back in the days, right? Champions League was never, very few players played the Champions League. It was not as robust as it is right now. I even want to tell you guys, El Fenomeno, he barely played the Champions League. He mostly played in the Cup Winners' Cup.
Yeah,
He
but
barely
won the
played
World Cup twice. So
Yeah, I know he won the World Cup twice.
Yeah, but the Champions League, you do know the Champions League was more exclusive back then, right?
Exactly. It was very
So-
exclusive. We
Yeah,
had
because
just about
remember,
12 teams.
Remember the European Cups? It was only the winner of the league that were only able to participate
Exactly.
in it.
It was not there was no such thing as top four.
But even me growing up in the early 2000s, it's when this whole Messi and Cristiano era started, where people said UCL. So me growing up, it was always the
100%,
World
man.
Cup. It was always the World Cup.
It was
If you don't have the
it was
World Cup,
always
you
the
can't
World
talk to
Cup.
nobody.
Yeah,
It was always the World Cup. Me
we
growing up.
never talked about the champ. So people saying, "Oh,
But
because
that
they won
hasn't
the
that hasn't changed now. That's why when we talk about Paul Pogba, people have to understand. It's different type, like you guys say, different type speak.
Relax. Breton, so where do you him going to Bayern now? Where do you see him like? Do you see him scoring more goals in Bayern? How do you see him play?
Yeah, for sure, man. He's definitely gonna score more goals. He's definitely gonna score goals at Bayern, man. Because I mean, like I, I think he is. I think he's gonna score at least 20 goals or even more a season for Bayern Munich. Because one, there's not that much pressure on him, right? Because
Mhm.
they're gonna win the league. So I guess you could say the pressure is gonna be in the Champions League. But he's there. He's done it. He's a veteran. He knows what it takes to win the Champions League. He scored a bunch of clutch goals for Liverpool. I think it's a great signing for Bayern, especially if I'm
You
pretty
know,
sure.
what I like about him. I know because Liverpool fans told me we had a discussion. He told me he said Liverpool offered him 300,000. They offered him and Salah 300,000, but Salah and Mane wanted more than 300,000. So I think
Yes.
when they went to Africa Cup of Nations, I think the Senegalese fans and Aliou Cisse, if you remember, we had a discussion where Aliou Cisse was arguing with was tackling Klopp and telling him, why are you calling African Cup of Nations a small tournament? I think that was when this issue came out, where Aliou Cisse was kind of the figure that told Mane to kind of possibly just leave Liverpool, go to somewhere else that you're gonna get
Nah,
a good
it
figure.
was it wasn't. I don't think it was. I think it was always the money because he
Apart from
asked
that, the report of person came out and said
He asked Liverpool for $400,000 and they told him
400,000,
no.
yeah.
But which is funny because I'm pretty sure at Bayern
No,
Munich,
see now, if he asks Liverpool for 400,000,
He
that's
did, he
just
did.
his way. That's
Liverpool,
his
Liverpool
way.
fans told me that, yeah, he did.
Okay, if he did that, that's his way of saying I'm trying to get the fuck out.
yeah. But
That's all that
you
it
know it's
means.
crazy
That's
though.
just me. I'm trying to get out.
Right now he's making $100,000, right?
Mhm.
Like right now his current contract. But at Bayern he's gonna be making 250.
250.
250,
Yes,
250, yeah.
which is less. So I mean it's a good deal for both sides. I see it.
Yeah, he just wanted to leave. That's
Yeah,
all.
you
That's all
just want
that
to
means.
leave.
He
Yeah,
just
I
wanted to
mean,
leave.
you you won every single possible trophy with Liverpool.
He did, he
You're a
did.
club legend, and
Mhm.
now you're going to Bayern Munich, even a good team too. It's not like you're going to a trash team. You're going to a team legitimately that's going to compete for the Champions League every season, and
Yeah,
you guarantee success every season with Bayern Munich.
yeah.
And plus, it's kind of a like I'll say an easier life. There's not that much pressure on you where you have to compete with Pep in the Premier League. This that obviously when it comes to the Champions League, there's gonna be pressure. It's Bayern Munich, right? But
Hmm.
it's an easy life.
But
You can
Victor,
do.
Man City fans are happy that finally Sadio Mane is leaving. They say they are so much happy that the growth rate of Liverpool is dropping down. That the
I
most player they
mean,
feared
I don't
most
know why
is
they're
Sadio
happy. I
Mane.
mean, what if Darwin Nunes turns out to be this? What if this guy's the next Suarez or Cavani? Like,
No. Nunes will not win you games by himself, though.
But
what do
Sadio
you
Mane will
mean?
win you games by himself.
Mane will win you games by himself.
We don't know
I
that
think
though.
that's
I
the
mean, we don't know that.
I will watch Nunes as
Yeah,
it
but
is
you
second
watch
season.
him,
We are
but
watching him in the Champions League.
you can see, but that's not a that's just a small sample size because he's only 21, 22, I believe, Nunes.
He's 22.
Because I'm keeping it real. South America, like there's not that many elite striker. Like Cavani and Suarez are still carrying the loaf of the bag. Brazil hasn't produced a striker since I'll say Adriano. Honestly, world class. Obviously, you got the likes of Fred, Luis Fabinho. Those guys are mid players if we are honest with ourselves. So if I'm looking at it, you guys have been producing this striker. They had Cavani, they had Suarez, and maybe Darwin Nunes might be that guy. I don't know. I could be wrong. We
Mhm.
all could be wrong because from the clips I've seen, I'm sure you guys seen it. The meme clips, like he looks very bad. Don't get me wrong, he looks very bad. But the good clips that you've seen of him, he looks like a decent striker, man. Especially he's going under Klopp. Klopp is very good at developing players.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he is.
god!
Yeah.
So
You
I
see.
mean, look how trash Sterling was, and Pep turned make him to where at one point 18-19, he was world
Mhm.
class. He was world
Yeah.
class for City in that season.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I could be wrong. He could be a flop. Darwin Nunes could be a flop, but
You see.
one good thing though, he won't get thrown to the wolf, right? Klopp's gonna ease him into the team. It's not like they're gonna put pressure on them to, yo, you gotta hit the ground right away. I'm sure they're gonna ease him into the team a bit. That's my belief. I feel like, but for money, man, you're making the bag. You're playing for Bayern. It's a good deal. Lewandowski is leaving. I don't know if he's gonna get the number 10 or not though. Is Leo Sané gonna
Yeah,
get the number 10?
So I don't know which number he's gonna get though. I don't know which number. Because
Yeah,
Sani
I'm
has the number
excited,
10,
man.
Gnabry has 7, Coman has
Oh yeah, forgot
11.
about that. If Gnabry stays at Bayern, that's good competition for Gnabry. Now
Mhm.
he's gonna have pressure to perform. because Mane is gonna be there. So that if Gnabry does stay with Bayern Munich, that's good for Bayern Munich. I mean, you have Coleman, you have Gnabry, you have Sané.
Money,
It's always good to have like other
competition.
competition. It keeps
That's
the
very
player fresh. So it's good for it's good for Bayern if Gnabry ends up staying. He's gonna have to perform because Mane is gonna be there.
Yeah, Abdul, Sadio Mane to Bayern. Officially Tuesday, it will be confirmed as a Bayern player. Officially. So, your take on him.
Yeah, I mean, the only thought I have on Mane is according to how Emmons, was it Emen on the
View.
chat said, why didn't Chelsea go for this guy?
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Why did Chelsea? Yeah, why didn't Chelsea go for this guy? You see, that's why I'm a bit scared about this new Chelsea regime. These are the
Man,
kind of
I
players that
agree with you, Abdul, man. Speak on it. What the? Oh, and you people are saying you want to go and buy Sterling when there was money. Are you
But
guys
I mean, we
Sterling?
get there. Relax.
Man,
We
see,
get
I'm waiting for you people this
these are,
Sterling
these are
thing
the
because
these are the kind of
I don't
deals
understand
you must
how
expect
you
them
let.
to wrap up. You know,
But the problem is, Mane doesn't want to. He said because
the
before he
only
leave, he said he wants to respect Liverpool. He doesn't want to play, so he wants to go out of Liverpool and play somewhere else.
That's BS. It's a lie. It's a lie.
I
Don't say
don't I
it like
don't
that.
I don't believe
Don't say
all
it like
that.
that.
I
He's a
don't believe all
professional.
that because Figo went from Barcelona to Real Madrid.
We,
You know,
we
all these
bought
things happen
Torres.
in
We bought
football. I don't think
Torres
this guys
from
care
Liverpool.
that much. It's not like exactly we bought Torres from Liverpool. So I don't know what they mean by like,
No, that's
I'm not
BS.
saying we should have got him, but at least there should have been efforts. I didn't even hear about one rumor that said we are moving in that direction,
Abdul,
and
I
then
swear, I don't know
we want
what
to
is going
get.
on at
I
Chelsea.
just don't understand.
I don't understand what's going on at Chelsea Football Club. You have
I don't
players like
know.
Sadio
I mean, those
Mane.
guys are scaring me, man.
As in, you have players like Sadio Mane, you have players like Dybala, you have players like Dembele. You're not buying those players. You're not telling me you want to go and pay 60 million pounds,
Relax,
60 million
relax.
pounds for a pauper that scored 13 goals in the Premier League. 4 of those 13 goals were against Norwich. And you're telling me you want to go and buy Raheem Sterling.
Relax.
Let it out. Sometimes
No,
it's
no, no,
not
no,
good.
no,
It's
no.
not good to keep it in.
I,
No,
Let
no,
it
I'm
out.
not keeping it in there.
Let
I'm
it
not
out.
keeping
Let
this
it
Raheem
out. Let it
Sterling
out.
time, I
Sometimes when
swear.
you let it
think the
out,
thing
you
is,
find
Oh,
out
I'm
that
going to let it out.
okay, good.
Yeah,
Let
Emmy,
it
Sadio
out.
Emmy, 2
Mane.
seconds.
Go.
Just let it
Abdul,
out.
2
Let it
seconds.
out. Sometimes these things
Emmy,
are
2
not good for
seconds.
you to keep
I think
inside.
the thing is
Right,
with
Abdul talk.
I've been blue eyes. Hold on now. I think the thing is with Mane, right from when I've been watching him or following him in Southampton, I've always given him a plus, and I think he's one of those very few players up there that is being affected by what they call football profiling. The only area where I would give Mane a negative is to class him as a top 10 African all time. He's not a top 10, you know. But apart from that, everything about Mane is positive. Champions League, league winner, AFCON, took Senegal to the World Cup, scored plenty of goals, hardly gets injured, high rate of recovery. It's all positive, But then why didn't Liverpool? Sorry, why didn't Chelsea or some of these top clubs actually go for him? I would have gone for him, 30 million. That's like a bargain. So that's all I have to say. So I'm a bit
Fair
angry
enough.
at my club
Now
for not trying to secure this
this is
guy.
gonna be like a World War IV now. Just relax. Blue eyes, unmute your mic. So this is gonna be a World War IV. So you better be ready. But I beg, let's keep it professional. It's gonna be a World War IV. So let's keep it professional. So Blue eyes, is the mic working?
Yeah, what's going on,
So
man?
according to the reports, Chelsea bid 25 plus add-ons close to 35 million for Raheem Sterling. It was rejected by Man City. So Chelsea
Nice.
said they will come back for him to up their deal because Man City said they
Nice.
want 50 million for Raheem Sterling. So Chelsea said they will up their deal. I think maybe once they kind of finalize Lukaku's deal, they're probably gonna go for Raheem Sterling. So Blue Eyes, Raheem the dream. They give me your take on him.
Fantastic proposal. If it's true,
It's
fantastic proposition. Fantastic proposition. It's exactly what we need. It's going to be a refreshing addition to our attacking force. Somebody that can create goals, somebody that can bang in goals,
So this is
somebody that is a character, somebody that can play on both wings.
what Fabrizio
Somebody
said.
that has international acumen.
Raheem Sterling, Chelsea target as I reported last Tuesday. Man City want around 55 to 60 approach for 20. Chelsea already gave 25 plus add-ons turned down. So Chelsea will be back with Newby soon, as Man City are option to let him go. So Man City want to sell Gabriel Jesus and Raheem Sterling for approximately 100 to 110 million. So they will be back for Raheem
50
Sterling.
million each. 50 million each.
Yeah.
Rah! I'm telling you, vote with your feet. Rah, man. Listen, for me, I've always been asking for Raheem, even before this whole buzz. I've been soliciting for Raheem Sterling. This is exactly the leadership we need up front. Yes, he misses goals, he misses chances, but I rather take Raheem Sterling's missed chances over anyone else's, man, because the guy will find you the chances at least. He'll find you those chances where you can eat and
He was
score.
not created for Gundogan in the last match before they won the Premier League this season.
And then, like the last time, what I said to everyone, I said, "Hey, man, check out how many penalties that we get. How many
He won
penalties?
23 penalties for Man City. Is the most
Imagine.
penalty one for Man City, 23.
We need those numbers here, man. We need those numbers here. I hope we can do this deal anywhere 50 million and below, but preferably preferably
Chelsea bought 35. It's been turned down by Man City, so Chelsea will come back again. So maybe we might get close to 50.
In that 40 million range is nice, but 50 million
45 is fine for me.
Still. We need
because Man
guy.
City wants to buy Cucurella and Calvin Phillips, so that's the reason I want to sell both of them.
This guy has a point to prove, and he wants to do it at a big club. This is the right time for us, man. If you can come and give us like maybe 12 to 15 goals in the EPL, that's more than enough.
It's 27. It's 27.
Yeah.
It's 27.
I hope we can do this deal, man. I hope we can do this deal. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I hope we can do this deal.
Because for us to beat for him, for us to beat for Man City to turn it down, we'll come back for him. It looks like it's going to happen.
Because you can tell whoever is doing this deal knows exactly where the pain is in our front three.
Yeah.
Because the person knows we don't have anybody who has that penetrative instinct. Like Raheem Sterling. If you look at everybody on the team, man, this Raheem Sterling is an upgrade to our entire attacking force. True or false?
I agree completely, 100%. I agree.
Yeah, man.
Fair enough. Tosin, Raheem the Dream, Raheem Sterling. Oh, Tosin's not here. Abdul, Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, I mean, with our current situation, I would.
Yeah, we tabled 35 million,
Raheem.
but they rejected it, so we'll be back for maybe like closer towards 40, 45. Once we see Lukaku deal, might go for him back. Because he's also wants to leave. Say what?
I'll take Raheem because he will be a good competition for all the forward players we have.
Yeah.
If not being the best among the bunch. So I would take Raheem, and I don't know. I don't have any reason why we shouldn't sign Raheem, but as I've said, not until I see some of these players being presented, I wouldn't actually believe him coming to Chelsea. But I think he'll be a good addition. That's what I'm trying to say. Really.
Fair enough. Vuitton, Raheem Sterling.
Personally, I don't rate Sterling highly. I think he's a good squad player, honestly. If you have a front three of Messi, Suarez, Neymar, or Cristiano, Bale, and Benzema, it's lovely to have a player like Sterling to come off the bench if those players are not performing. But for him to be in your starting 11, honestly, like Sterling to me, he's a good player. He's a good squad player. But for him,
but he's better than every attacker we have in our team. He's better.
True, but that's what I'm saying though. For you to get Sterling, I feel like you need to get like a Benzema, like a Lewandowski, like a
play more
like
with
a
the striker.
Yeah, you need a potent goal scorer for this guy because Sterling is one of the most frustrated player ever. You see it with Pep. You see it. Sometimes this guy misses chances, and Pep is just going mad, bro. Like it's it. But to be fair though, the player he was at Liverpool, Pep completely changed that. 18-19, I honestly thought this guy was gonna be this world class winger that's just gonna keep it up. Then 1920 happened, one of his worst season ever at Manchester City, where he missed that open goal against Lyon to help City get to the quarterfinal to play no, the semifinal against Bayern. But I mean, again, like if Sterling was available in Madrid, yeah, I would go for it. Like I say, he's a good squad player, but I don't think Sterling should be in your starting 11. Personally, honestly,
I think he will start because he's better than every starting 11.
Only way to start Sterling, in my opinion, if your other two wingers are world class. Like if you
they're
have
not,
like
they're not even good enough. They're not even up to
that's
the
what
level
I'm
of
saying. So Sterling, honestly, Sterling is obviously better than your front three, right? Pulisic, injury prone. Ziyech is not the same player he was at Ajax. Then who else am I missing? Hudson Odoi is injury prone. That's about it. Who?
IAAF to entire sport runner.
But yeah, so he's gonna walk into your starting 11. But I just think that you're gonna need two other wingers, two other world class finishers to accommodate him. Because if you're gonna rely on him to score goals, he's gonna score goals. Don't get me wrong, but in the big matches when you're gonna need that goal, I wouldn't put faith in him to score because he has missed so many sitters. It's so frustrating. But it's funny though. Last season he wasn't that great for City, but no, was it last season? The season before last season, he was so bad. 1920, not 1920, 2021. He pretty much became a squad player, and for some reason Pep decided to play him in the Champions League final against Chelsea, which was weird. But we saw what he did at the Euros. He was arguably England's best player at the Euros.
Yeah.
So he's such a weird player. That's what I'm saying. That's where the lack of consistency comes into it. But I mean, if Sterling is available, you go for him. But if you're gonna rely on him to score 25 goals every season, he can do that for one season or two, but he's not gonna keep it up consistent. From what I'm seeing, I'm just going based on what I've seen at City.
Yeah,
he's a good player when he wants to be, but sometimes he can be.
But don't you think him coming to Chelsea, he wants to prove a point and show Man City that this is why you don't want to believe in him?
Of course, if you City, I hope you have a backup plan to Sterling. As much as a frustrated player he is, he's a good player to have on your team. It's always good to have Sterling on your team. But if you City, I hope they have a replacement for him because it doesn't make sense to say Sterling. Like he doesn't mind being a rotational player. He doesn't complain about not starting. He just and I don't think Pep sells him because Pep loves Raheem Sterling. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, they're buying a better player.
Who they're buying?
I don't know yet. I think they want to. According to Man City fans said, according to the report, that said they want to convert Calvin Palmer, their kind of youth player, to
because if you sell Sterling, you gotta have a replacement. Because
they are buying a very good player in Alvarez.
No, but he's a striker though, isn't he?
He's a striker. He can play other wings.
Because I just thought that Alvarez is gonna be Haaland backup just in case.
No, he's not Haaland. I don't know what Pep is gonna do, but we're gonna wait to see what Pep cooks next year. But I'm telling you that this Julian Alvarez boy, I've watched him a long
when you
time.
Look at it,
he's a good player.
City, they don't have that many right-footed wingers, do they? Like Sterling.
Maybe City is gonna convert Foden to a winger.
But they don't have that many right-footed wingers when you look at it, right? Because I'm looking at Foden, Mahrez. No, I forgot about Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish is there.
Yeah,
I forgot about.
I think Jack Grealish is gonna play more this.
Yeah,
this
definitely. If Sterling, he's gonna be a regular. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they don't need Sterling. Sterling is more is excess stuff to have.
Yeah, but you need a Sterling.
They're paying him $350 a week, I think.
Yeah, but you need Sterling though, because especially if you're gonna play 60+ games a season, you're gonna need
They didn't need him last season. He only came in, and he didn't play a lot of games last season too.
True, but
it's a London boy, so you probably want to go back home.
Yeah, but I don't know, man.
He's from North London, though, but he's not from South London.
Because it's just gonna be Grealish on the left wing, and
they have Grealish and Foden.
But Foden is left-footed though.
He's a left-footed winger that likes to play on the left.
On the right, yeah, which is
on the left.
because Marty's left-footed. Bernardo Silva even sometimes plays as a winger when they want him to.
Sometimes they have Gundogan play there too.
Yeah, so we'll see what Pep does, but yeah, Ben. If you Chelsea, you go after him because he's better than Pulisic, Ziyech. He's better than all of your wingers. Hudson-Odoi, like, come on, he's better than all of them. But it's just gonna depend on the price because you guys, I believe, bid it 25 million at first, then they rejected it.
Plus add-ons, close to 35.
Like, come on,
so
come on, City not gonna say 25 million.
So,
Come on, man.
You said they said 50. That they will allow him to go for
50, 50 or more, but not 25. Come on, man. Like that, come on, man. The guy has won 4 Prem. The guy had a World Cup season 18, 19. Come on, man. Like,
Bless, what are you doing?
Yeah, I need to stop. Yeah, come on, man. Chelsea, have some respect, man.
He has 1 year on his contract. You want us to spend like 70 million on him? So easy.
At least 50, man. At least 50. But
45, it's fine.
If you get
40 million plus 10 Man City, if you win the UCL, we're gonna give you hard-ons, man.
Bro, if you get Sterling in a future where you get Dembele too this season, that instantly upgrade to your attack. But you're gonna need a striker because those two guys. They can score goals, especially Sterling. Sterling can create. He can create a chance out of nothing. He can win you penalties. He can even create goals for the team too. But you're gonna need a striker, a number 9, somebody that can score goals when they're not scoring. Because especially if you get them better. But I don't know what's going on with Todd Bowley, your owner, man, because you guys been linked with so many players. But
we shall see.
But it's still early though. It's still early. We're not even in July yet, so the transfer market is still early, man.
We shall see that. Amy, Raheem the Dream.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, a few weeks ago we are going for Dembele, right? And like Wilson said, if you're buying Sterling as the person that's going to save the world for you, it's going to be disaster because he cannot score. He cannot be the difference maker like Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane is that baller. Like, if Sadio Mane moved to Bayern Munich for less than 40 million, and Chelsea's about to spend 55 million or 60 million on this guy, it's, to me, it doesn't make sense.
I don't think we will spend maybe 40 plus add-ons. If you maybe
I don't know. I don't know if City. I don't even care how much you're spending at this point. Sadio Mane is a better footballer than Raheem Sterling. Period. Right? I'll give Sadio Mane the 250k a week easily. That he wants in Bayern Munich. We have the space. At least we have the space to pay him that kind of money. But this guy here, we don't have the De Bruyners in Chelsea Football Club. We don't have the Gundogans that creates for this guy. We still have the same midfield of Kante, Kovacic, and Jorginho, and you want this guy to be your savior. It's going to be the same problem that you had. It's going to be the same problem that you had last season. If you're buying this guy, you need to give him 2 things: a creative midfielder and a striker where he can bounce the ball.
No, Emi, no.
I think so.
Emi, no, Chai.
Okay.
Step on the brakes. Step on the brakes.
Who's gonna create the top? Because most
of the big thing. Bro, the big expose on Raheem Sterling is he's one of the few attackers that can exist without a creator. How? The fact that you see him with a creator right now is good. It's one of his complementary factors. But him as a creator on his own in the drought is what makes him unique.
So who is he going to? So how to sell this? How is he going to create these chances? Because Chelsea, we struggle.
No, the thing is right. He can get the ball from deep and make things happen, and that's key, especially for that front 3. He can collect the ball from deep. He can collect the ball from the far right. He can collect the ball from the far left.
I see him just collecting the ball near the box 18.
That's his bread and butter, and he has that. He can bring attract 2 or 3 players, and like Abdullah already told you, how many
23
penalties created
since 2000. I think 16, 17.
That alone just
he has won the most penalties.
I said it before. We don't have a hunter mentality in our attack. We need a hunter, and Raheem Sterling is exactly that. He's a hunter. We don't get that. It's a profile thing.
Why is City ready to sell him?
Because
It doesn't
City,
matter,
no, he
man.
has
One
1
man-
year on his contract, Emmy, and City already has Alvarez
One
and
man,
Haaland.
listen, I always
They
believe
want
in
him to
one man's meat is another man's poison, man.
Well, I think
I'm telling you, man.
I don't.
This guy is not coming to save the world. This guy is coming to add fuel to the fire.
But we need someone that's going to come to save the world.
Obviously, but we're gonna get there.
Where?
It's not like
Because
we have to buy
if
the
I'm
pieces.
getting Raheem Sterling, I'm thinking of Hazard, right? Is he going to be our new Hazard?
No.
Then
What it does, right, is that it increases competition, because that's what these kids lack.
Man, I'm tired of all this increase. Blue, I see here we have a problem against low.
Anytime it comes to English players, you're tired of competition. You don't
No,
face the truth.
it's not that. English players, they have that mentality, right? Where they can't look at how the English team is playing currently, right?
Listen, there's no player right now that is gonna come in and walk into the team except for what Thiago Silva did right now as it stands.
Yeah.
So if you like, go and pay 200 million now for your player to come in. Ingo chop bench at least half the month.
How?
Of course now.
So if I bring in Dembele and Dybala, they will chop bench.
They will, they'll walk their way in. They're not going to start. No,
They're going to heck a start because
no,
they're better than
right
what
away.
we have.
Not right away.
And Dybala?
Yeah, but not right away. No way.
I'm always see ball now. Talk true now. So you won't tell me if we buy Dembele and Dybala, who are both free, right? You won't tell me that they don't start.
Dybala is going to Inter Milan, so there is.
But if we buy, you see the problem. But if we buy Raheem Sterling, then the critique tax go rise. You see as your energy drop. You see as your energy drop.
I rate Raheem Sterling when that 18-19 season, right? The problem with him is since that 18-19 season, he has not cooked. He's scoring goals against Newcastle.
Emmy, Man City fans told me he wanted to leave in 2020. Yes,
I know. I don't like English players because of that mentality. I'm tired of English players. We cannot have more English players in this team.
But Raheem is a different player.
Abdullahi, if we have another English player in this team, we are getting to become England. Period.
I don't care who we get. I just want a good player. I don't
care
where you're from.
I understand you, but Raheem Sterling is a different player. He is a player that we don't even have in our squad.
So will you take Raheem Sterling over Dembele?
No.
As it stands right now, yes.
No, I won't.
As it stands right now, yes, I will.
No, I won't.
You know why?
He might be right.
You know why I'll take Sterling over Dembele?
I'll take Sterling over Dembele.
You know why I'll take Sterling?
This guy, you're just gaslighting. You don't know what you're saying.
Bro, Dembele, bro.
Let me ask you the question.
Dembele's injured, bro.
Right now over Vinicius. Let me give you.
Obviously not Vinicius.
Of course. Then why are you talking about
Dembele? What has Dembele proved to you? Ever?
Why? Because you will not take Raheem Sterling in your team. I want to give you Raheem Sterling now for free, and I'll collect Vinicius.
I'll take him, bro. We need a right winger. I think Sterling can play the right winger. He's definitely better than Rodrigo and Asensio.
He has to play on the left.
No, but he's played the right winger though.
He's played the right winger, yeah.
So if he plays right winger for Madrid, he's better than he's better than Rodrigo and Asensio.
This is for you.
No, I'll stop watching Chelsea. This is our midfield.
That's an instant improvement over right winger.
I like this setup.
But Sterling, I'll take Sterling over them.
Mount will play 10. Mount will play 10. Gallagher and Rice will play.
He's not a number 10.
Dembele is such a frustrated player, man. Like all that talent, man, but it's not his fault. But it's just the injuries. There's too much, man. The injuries are too much. He's a very good player, but it's just the injuries. It's not his fault. I don't blame the injury.
Get injured. He's not being injured.
Yeah, but he hasn't been injured. But
let me ask Abdul, Dembele or Raheem Sterling, who do you take?
Yeah.
Dembele or Raheem Sterling?
I'll take both.
If you have to choose and close your eyes, just choose one person. Just close your eyes and choose one person.
Okay. Imagine they can both deliver. Imagine they can both deliver, and I'm not what do you call it? I'm not league biased. It's obvious it's Dembele. Dembele is the more talented.
Okay.
But then other factors come into play. Is Dembele going to get injured? Can he cope? Can he deliver the same way he delivers in the Premier League?
Exactly, bro.
Do it on me to my. That's true. I agree. But it's been looking good though. In the last 6 months. It's been looking
See,
very
that's the
okay.
thing. There's context into that. Like, we already wrapped up the league, so he started stat padding, man. Like, you have to look at the
So
context. Where was Dembele when La Liga, when they needed him the most to stay in the La Liga race?
it's been PS4. It was, and then Vuitton, then he wasn't married. Now he's married. Now he's more matured now. So relax. He's married now, so he's more matured.
I don't know if you Dembele has never played more than 30 games ever
I
for
know.
Barcelona.
Now he's married. Now he's more mature. They might be able to play that games now.
No, it's not about being married. It's just that unfortunately he just get injured, and that's
Yeah,
part of it.
see, he's young. Then it's like a young kid that he wants to enjoy himself. But right now he can't enjoy himself anymore because he's a married man. He has family and he
You
has
guys think
responsibility.
it's luck? You guys think he's just unlucky,
I
or
think
is
he's
it
unlucky.
he doesn't have a good physio that
No,
can
I don't
help
think.
him
I
treat
think.
the
I think
injuries?
one physio and or two is unlucky too in Barcelona.
But
For
for
me,
you to been at Barcelona for what? Well, when did he went to
5
go to
years,
Barcelona? 2017?
20.
For you to have never played more than 30 games ever, and they spent how much money on you? What, 160, 150? How much
No,
was
it
the
was
then?
135.
135. Like, for
Yeah.
you to have never played more than 30 games, I'm sorry. Give me raw. Give me raw, man. If I had to pick, but obviously I want both. I want
Blue
both,
eyes.
man.
So,
I want both, man. If I have to pick, obviously I would want both.
What are you doing?
Hilton, God bless you. God bless you, my brother. God bless you.
Hilton just knows how to gaslight. That's it.
No, obviously, if I had a choice, I'll pick Sterling. But if I can get both, I'll take both. They both are good players, man.
Yeah. So because I'm looking at it now, we have Odoi, we have Pulisic, we have Werner, we bring in Dembele and Raheem. That is 5 wingers. Somebody has to go there. Someone has to go.
That's good
5.
competition too. Maybe Werner finishing might be good now.
5. That is 5 wingers. How did that work? Because somebody has to go.
Most likely Pulisic, right? He's been linked away from Chelsea, hasn't he?
And also Hakim Ziyech. I'm hearing he wants to go to United because of Eric Ten Hag.
Ziyech needs to leave too, man. This
Ten
is not
Hag,
good for his
he wants to
career,
go
man.
United because of Ten Hag. So we might see some moves in the summer. We don't even know.
If Ziyech goes to United and becomes has a world class season, man,
he will.
How would you guys feel, man? How would you guys feel
For me,
about that?
he will, because Ten Hag is the one that made Hakim Ziyech. So he's going back to his daddy. His papa. He wants to come play under his papa. So he's understood.
No, but it's a different.
He has 3 years on his contract. United don't have to pay an FT money. He has 3 years on his contract. And see, as long as Marana Gonaskia is here, United less than they want to pay for Hakim Ziyech is 70 or 65 or 50. It will not go more than that because of the years of his contract. And when you have Gonaskia, she will do everything in her power to amortize Hakim Ziyech to United. That's it. As long as you have her, it will be amortized. It won't go less than 50 or 60. That's another money.
Wait, who is this? Who's that?
Hakim Ziyech, because I'm hearing United wants to buy him. Ten Hag wants him. Hakim Ziyech. Ten Hag wants him. So, and as long as Magana is there, Hakim Ziyech should not go less than 50 million. He has 3 years on his contract. 3 years.
I think Ziyech, I think we'll get 40 back for him. That's almost how much we paid. So
40. No, we lose because we bought him 35. 40 million.
Listen, if Chelsea comes for Sterling,
he's already done 2 years, right?
Yeah, he has 3 years.
2 years has dropped to about at least in the books now is like 27, 28.
Mm-hmm.
So if we get 40 for him, that's 12 million plus.
For who?
Hakim Ziyech.
Okay. Yeah. You see, this Sterling deal might end up being a wash. You see the way all. Yeah.
No. It was reported today, the Blue Eyes, because.
So what I mean a wash in the sense that we might do other business that will offset this deal.
Why do I even think that all these things is just noise? Because I can't.
Of course, it could be, but the potential. I couldn't believe it when I was talking about this long time that we need.
Yeah, I know you wanted it. Yeah, you wanted it.
Yes, I'm not saying it's going to happen. Obviously, I don't believe everything I hear in the news, but this speculative instinct is what I'm hanging my hat on. Mm-hmm. Understand the fact that there could be some kind of potential, because it only makes quantitative and qualitative sense. Sterling is head and shoulders better than all of our attackers, and then some.
Yeah.
Okay, so more than 5 European clubs have approached City to sign Julian Alvarez, including Premier League clubs too. So it's always the same answer. So there's no way that Man City are prepared to sell Gabriel Jesus and Sterling. So
they want to sell them. They'll sell them.
Why not?
I think Jesus is more likely to leave.
No,
But
both of them will leave because they want to buy Kevin Phillips and Cucurella, so they need money. They want to buy them. Even Man City even fans said that. Even Carl and Patrick said it. That they already know that Raheem Sterling and Gabriel Jesus will leave.
Quick. Let's get this done. If there's one deal I want our guys to wrap up quick, it's Raheem Sterling. If it's true, wrap it up, man. Get it done.
Quick. And move on.
Get it
and
done.
Sterling is what, 26, right?
27.
Yeah, pretend as if the deal never happened. Just move on, like say nothing happened. Just go. Get this deal done, man. This guy at least we are guaranteed 10 goals to start.
Blue Eyes, imagine this scenario, Blue Eyes. Raheem Sterling come to Chelsea and they win the UCL. That's a slap on Man City's face. You know that
one concern us immediately.
That's a slap on their face. The agenda will not stop. Because it'll be like he left Man City to win the UCL. What is it?
And I also feel that this guy can maybe unlock Romelu Lukaku. Yes. I have a funny feeling.
Yes, but Lukaku is already leaving already. So,
are you sure he's leaving?
He's leaving already. Yeah, he's leaving. There's no way back. He's leaving already.
Okay.
If you sell Lukaku, do you have a profile player like him at Chelsea?
Oh my God!
We don't even need to have a profile because the way Tuchel play, the way Tuchel play, you need a striker to have good position and to press. Lukaku doesn't do that. So
is that guy? What is his name?
Boja? I don't know.
Blue Eyes. Why do you want Lukaku to stay? Why do you want Lukaku to stay?
You can just tell. You can tell. There comes a time in a man's life when you can tell that there's no other way but to perform.
You're scared. Abdullah, you started this, man. Blue Eyes is scared. Lukaku might end up at Spurs.
I would have said something, but thank God it's not going to. It makes me happy. Thank God it's going back to Inter Milan, which is fine.
We can find a way. James and Sterling, they have very good link-up play too. Remember at the Euros, they were so good.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's true.
James Sterling, link up, play together. Now we have, oh my God. So Chelsea is gonna be building English tier in the team. Oh Lord in heaven.
I just like the guy. I like the fact that he can get the ball. You know the way I rate my attackers, right? You can pick up the ball in transition live, kill it, beat your man left or right.
Yeah.
And when I mean beat your man left or right, you beat him and you're right in opposite in front of him. You're like in front of his back. Because that means you can keep transition. That means transition can start with you. And this guy has it. These are the little things, because when you have somebody that can do this, then you can now open spaces for your guys that can want to come in and score. So yes, I know this guy looks good with Kevin De Bruyne, but even without Kevin De Bruyne, look, remember how many games did he miss, and how many games did he play last season, and they still won.
They still won. I'm not sure.
He was on the bench for a lot of times, right?
He was on the bench. He was on the bench. Yeah. He didn't play much of the game. He came in as an impact sub, though.
So it's not like
his best season was 1920.
Obvious. He played 23 games in the Premier League last season for season.
I mean, okay.
How many goals?
13 goals and 5 assists.
I'm personally, I just want to bank on that fact that I know there's a redemptive. He wants to prove something right now because Man City pissed him off. Because Man City pissed him off. If we can bank on that pissed offness, even if it's for just 1 year, and see if we can get another 15 to 20 goal season from Raheem. If you can get 20 goals, 15 to 20 goals from Raheem Sterling, guess how many goals our striker will score? At least 25. At least 25 goals, man, because this guy will open channels.
He will open, and he will cause a lot of penalties. A lot.
That's what I want. That's what I want the most.
Just imagine him causing so much penalties in the game. Just one game, 2 penalties or 3. Just imagine how many games he's gonna cause him.
See why we need Jorginho? You see why we need Jorginho?
I don't think Jorginho will start all matches, though. I don't think he will start all matches. He might not even be a penalty taker.
Man, at this point, I don't think it matters if it's the board or if it's Thomas Tuchel. The question is,
that wants him. It's not the board.
The question is,
It's Tuchel.
Is Raheem Sterling a good fit for the team? What do you think? What are your thoughts? I think he is.
I think he is as well. I think he is as well.
It's a no-brainer. As a matter of fact, I think it's a no-brainer. I don't want to jump the gun here, but I think it's a no-brainer.
And why I even like Raheem Sterling, it's not really on his output. I don't think Pep Guardiola uses him because of his output, because of what he wants him to, because he wants him to score, or because he wants him to assist. Pep has a way of playing. Sometimes he just plays Jesus on the right, not basically because he wants Jesus to create chance or something. Like there's a way these guys they create attacking. I don't know how to put it, like the attacking actions.
Overload,
You
right?
get like
Patterns.
yes, they create those patterns, 1-2s, and it's so quick. Before you know, Ryan Sterling is just in front of your box. He will do it like several times in a game. So one or two of the times it could lead to a goal. That's why Man City has been scoring a lot of goals. These the attacking actions over and over again. And so I just feel like this type of players is inevitable anyway. But in my own opinion, I think Pep might actually find it more difficult to release Sterling than to release Jesus. I think it's quite easy for him to actually say, okay, Jesus can go. But Sterling, I think he might just find it, unless Sterling says, I want to go.
Yeah, because King at the Athletic David Austin study that Sterling already wants to leave, that because of the 1 year on his contract, and he's already exploring London. He's already spoken to Mason and his James already about
I
what
even
life.
saw a new I saw
Yeah,
a
what
news.
life is it in Chelsea? How is Thomas Tuchel as a manager? Is it like
I,
Pep
saw,
Guardiola?
I actually saw a news, like I saw a tweet now, like just like 5 minutes or 10 minutes ago. I think he followed some Chelsea
Yeah, he
players on
followed
Twitter.
Mason Mount, he followed the James, he has already followed most of Chelsea players already.
So I feel like it's going to be good for us. It's a plus. They are strengthening us. So regardless of what
Abdullah,
people,
Yep.
regardless of what people are
Yeah, go
saying,
Abdullah,
ahead.
I feel like
Yeah, I'm here.
okay. You
yeah.
can
I'm
go
One
here.
ahead.
thing I want to say is, one thing I want to say is, I want to thank you for giving us all the necessary good feeling and good news. But none of this news, none of this news has come to fruition.
Relax. I'm not thought bully, so relax.
We're,
Study!
we're still
Study.
yet to sign. We're still yet to sign anybody. Who,
Exactly. Abdullah was the same way when Mbappe was next with Real Madrid. This guy had a whole live stream saying, Vilton, how you feeling,
Yes.
man? Mbappe coming to Real Madrid, bro. He
Yeah.
already
That was the
signed,
report
bro.
we're hearing, though.
And I was
But
telling them, bro, it's
we'll
not
see.
official yet.
That was
It's
the
not
report we heard
official
today,
yet.
though.
Relax.
But Mbappe he literally make a
but
hit on
but
the
but
last game.
Viltord, how painful was it? Mbappe not signing for Real Madrid. That must have been really painful.
Honestly,
I'm sure you would have wanted
honestly, I
to.
wasn't painful. I
Oh
wasn't like I
no!
wasn't sad, but I was mad because I was like, you could have told us that like a whole year before
Long
that,
time
bro.
ago, yes,
Because
exactly.
you
Instead of
just
you wait.
wasted everybody's time, like, and the fact that
Exactly.
you just called Perez, you texted, you didn't even call him, you just texted him on WhatsApp last minute saying, "I'm staying at PS." You could have said that, like, you pretty much wasted everybody's time,
Yeah.
like you saying no. I mean, every player, it's a
Oh my
free country.
God! No.
Every player gets to say no. Like, you don't have to join Madrid, but the fact that you made us go around this roller coaster, you say your decision last minute, and you made us go buy Schwameni for almost $100 million
In the
because,
116. Yeah.
oh god. But yeah, so that's why I was mad about. But I wasn't like salty about it. Of course,
If
who
I'm
doesn't want Mbappe on their team? Like, it's Mbappe. But I wasn't like, oh my god, no man, we finished, but we can't sign Mbappe. I wasn't like that, like where I was like
So it was
crying
because of
and stuff.
Mbappe that you guys bought Chouameni.
No,
Yes.
we would have bought Schwameni regardless, I feel like, but I think Chelsea and Liverpool were in for him. But because I think Perez was so angry about the Mbappe deal,
Mm.
he had to make a point. So he went over to Monaco and just throw
Said it.
money at them because,
Yeah.
and the funny thing too, Monaco knows Real Madrid got money because, I mean, Real Madrid been funding this Mbappe like project since what, 2019, right? Because we haven't bought, the last player we bought was Hazard. Like, we haven't really bought anyone till we obviously we got Schwamini and Rudiger now. So we've been funding this Mbappe project. So I knew the moment we didn't get Mbappe, especially I knew we are gonna get Schwamini, especially even if Chelsea and Liverpool were in it, because I'm like, there's no way we can take another L, man. Like, there's just no way. So we ended up getting Schwamini. But again, man, was that amount of money worth it, man? I don't think so. But it's not my
160
money,
altogether.
so I'm not gonna complain, man. It's not my money.
Is it going to
but
be starting though? Is Chouameni going to be starting at Madrid, or how do
I
they
doubt.
intend?
I doubt he's gonna
Do they want?
start.
Do they want to let Casemiro go? Are they? Because I
No,
would
no, I
love to
doubt
have
Schwamini
Casemiro.
is gonna start right away, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna get a good amount of game because Casemiro, the issue Casemiro been having at the Real Madrid, right? He hasn't had any competition for his position ever at
So
Madrid.
who's his competition now?
No, but I mean with Schwamini, and because Schwamini is a starter for France now, right? He starts for France, right? So Schwamini is gonna want to prove something, and that's gonna motivate Casemiro to actually be a footballer, not just be.
But it's just yeah. But it's
Yes.
just it's twisted because I feel like if you watch the France games recently, they play Chouameni as like a number 10, and they play Rabiot or something behind Chouameni. So he wasn't really playing as a deep line midfielder or like a defensive midfielder. No, they just played him like the Pogba, like instead of Pogba, they played Chouameni. So he was going from box to box. He was just moving everywhere in midfield. So it just makes me wonder: are they going
It's pretty
to
much a
bench
Pogba.
Cruz?
Yeah, it's
Is
pretty
it
much
taking
a
the Cruz?
Pogba that's like
Yeah.
that's very 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 hardworking and that's very very good at defending the ball.
Just
Yeah.
imagine Madrid
But
getting
he just
all the
doesn't
black.
have Pogba
You know the
like
funny part,
in his
Madrid are getting
defending
all the
ability
black
though
players.
and
Madrid are
passing.
getting black players in their team. Kamavinga, Chouameni, Felamendi, black player. Too many
Yeah,
black
man,
players. So we look at his squad.
we know the secret, man. Vinicius, Rodrigo, Mendy,
Vinicius,
Camavinga, Chouameni, Mendy, man.
Chouameni.
If you wanna win, man, Burnley, man. If you wanna win, man, take notes, man. Take
So
notes,
you
man.
gotta buy black players if you want to win. Wow. You don't do that. You don't want to buy white like English agenda. Like buy English players in your team.
I don't know
Like
why you guys
Gallagher,
hate on
Mason
English players,
Mount,
man. As long as you're
Ben
good,
Chilwell.
man, you're good, man. That's all that matters, man. But I'm just saying, man, if you want extra sauce, man, you go
Black
for
Life
players like
Matters.
Labil. You
Black
go
Lives
for players
Matter.
like
Oh my
Sterling, man.
goodness. Relax. Stop.
You need that, man. You need that on the squad, man. You need that, like.
Black Lives Matters. Wow. So another one
But
guys
it's not enough, man.
now is a rotational player who can be back up to Casemiro and play as a number 8 when needed.
It's not enough. We need a right winger too, man.
He will eventually replace Casemiro.
Give me Sterling, give me Nabry, and give me
You can get
Nabry.
Ra is coming to Chelsea.
Rah, rah, rah.
Amen.
I hope you're right, Abdullah, man. I hope you're right.
I want Ra and the host of my team. I'm tired of Roadrunner in my team. I'm tired of IWAF in my team. Track runner. I'm tired of it, man.
Well, it's sick, man.
We need ballers. I miss Hazard. Hazard will carry the ball from the midfield and he will kill you. That's what I want in Chelsea. I want that, but they will carry the ball from the midfield.
Yeah, Dembele is a baller.
And I know if Dembele can do that for me without getting injured, I'll be so happy. Like, get the ball from the midfield and run at a position. Let them fear you. That's what I want. 1, 2, 3, 4 players. Beat them and tell them, yeah. Show them
But then
how you play football.
what is all this? What is all this that some of these players are trying to get guarantees that they will be starting? I mean,
Because
what's
Dembele
that?
said he wants a
I mean, are we
guarantee
in
that he will
smoke
start.
club
He
now?
took care. He wants a guarantee that he will start. Because for me, I don't think it was on a new deal for
Yeah,
Barcelona.
so does Raheem as well.
Yeah, Raheem said he wants to start. Yeah, we'll see. That's why I said for me now.
Well,
For
they
me,
either come and compete.
Abdul, this is the problem now. We have Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech, who is also now who is going to the wing. So one of them have to go, and Pulisic, one of them have to go. Because if you buy 2 wingers, we're gonna have 5 wingers. How do we work with 5 wingers in the team? Somebody has to go. Someone has to go. Somebody has to
No,
go.
Raheem is our false nine. So Raheem would
What of
compete
Kai
with
Havertz? What of Kai Havertz?
what's it called?
What of Kai?
Yeah, Raheem will compete with Kai Havertz as the
Yeah.
false nine.
Was
But then
like
actually you are right. You are right. One of the other guys you just said will
one
have
of
to
the
go.
wingers have
One
to
of
go
those
because
guys will
Kai
have to
can play
go.
as a
That's
number
true.
9. You can play Raheem and Dembele on the same wing. Then Kai and one of the wingers, Pulisic, Hakim Ziyech or Werner, one of them have to go. One has to go. Even Odoi, either he stay or he goes. They have to make a decision in that. One of them have to go. You can't have like 5 wingers in the team. It's too much for me. It's way too much. Somebody
Yeah,
has to go.
yeah. Yeah, one. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I believe that.
Somebody has to go. It's too much. One of them have to go, like, to make them, because to balance the book for me. Somebody has to go to balance the book and the wages. Someone has to go.
Yeah,
And
if nothing else, if not, yeah, you're correct.
Odoi, maybe
If
Odoi on
nothing
loan.
else, to balance the
ZS to
books
Man United with
and the
Ten Hag.
business.
Because what I'm thinking is, Pulisic
To be honest,
he has only
I'm
2
actually
years.
I'm
Abi,
actually
what
tired
I'm
of this
thinking
loan
is,
system.
the American endorsement has only 2 years more. If after next year, it will only have 1 year more. So I don't know if we're gonna cash him now or we're gonna wait till January to cash him on. I don't know, because it's gonna have only 1 year more.
No,
As
if we're able to secure those two players, then ZH can go. I don't mind even if we just cancel ZH's contract and just let him go for free,
wow,
because I don't know what he's going to add
no, Ten Hag wants
anymore
to
that
buy
we
him.
have not
Ten Hag
seen in
wants
the
to buy
past
him.
2 seasons.
Mhm.
Well, we'll give him for free. It doesn't really matter. Let him just leave. You know,
Wow,
there's nothing he's going to do that he hasn't shown us over the past 2 years.
it's a one
No,
leg
two
for player.
seasons.
One leg for one leg.
So and then if you get Raheem Sterling and then you get Dembele, under what circumstance will you play a ZH ahead of either of them
I don't
or
know
the two of them? Under what
exactly.
scenario?
And
So
those are the
it
two
will just
problems.
be surplus requirement.
Yep, that's true though. Blas, who do you say in Chelsea now? If you bring in these two players, who do you let go? ZH, Simovena, and Pulisic, or Odoi?
All of the above, man.
What? Blue Eye, stop. You can't let them. Blue Eye, stop. One of them has to go, because if you're bringing two wingers, one person has to go.
All of the above, man. Great space. Great space.
Because I'm thinking now, what I'm thinking is we're gonna balance the book and also the wages and everything. So Odoi, Pulisic, Werner has to go. One has to leave. And apparently, what I'm hearing is Ten Hag wants to buy Hakim Ziyech. I don't know how much we're gonna sell him. They want to buy him. Pulisic might go to Juventus or AC Milan. He has to go there. He wants to go back to Syria. I don't know how much. We don't know yet. Timo Werner might go. We don't know how much we're gonna, because he has 3 years more. Next year is gonna be 2 years more. So those players also be. This is where Todd Bowley has to come in. That who are we gonna sell among those three of them? One have to go. I don't know. Odol is injured now. Will he be back for preseason? I don't know yet. We're gonna wait and see.
If we are not careful, the way Todd Bowley is moving, like Southampton, like we are Lily. Let one go, bring one, let another one go, balancing the books, all these things. The way we are moving, we might end up losing Rhyme Sterling. Like, okay, guys, just imagine if Madrid comes in now. They say they want Rhyme Sterling. Now Madrid is going to have Vinicius, Benzema, and Rhyme Sterling. Is it not better than Vinicius, Benzema, and Rodrigo? I think for me, I think it's an upgrade to them. And so, in the way we are moving, we might end up losing all these players. Dembele might end up staying at Barca, and all that. So I don't know. I don't understand how we are moving, honestly. We have not seen anyone, even alone. We have not even seen anything yet. A left back, we haven't seen nothing. Nothing. Yeah, talking of FFP. The way we are moving, I'm not confident about all these players.
Me too, but I hope and pray and believe we'll do well in the USA. But once we move that three truck out of my club and that foot lock out of my club, we should be able to be fine. As long as we're moving out of the club. He wants to go back, peace. He needs to just go. That's what I can say. He wants to go, yeah, the door is open for him. He can just bounce. That's what I can say.
I'm more open to Pulisic leaving than ZH leaving.
He wants to go back to it. He wants to go and play in Italy. He can go to Italy and play.
Yeah.
Juventus
Pulisic?
Milan wants to buy him.
No. I don't think he will go to Italy.
And the USA people are the one doing the Italy stuff. No, King USA at the Peacock is the owner.
But Todd Bowley is talking. Todd Bowley is talking about branding and merchandising and out on all these things. So I feel like he might use Pulisic it might be to Pulisic's advantage.
Do you know what I hear about Pulisic? is the family of Pulisic, especially his father, is putting pressure on Thomas Tuchel to start him. And Pulisic himself said he's a starter, but Tuchel said no. He's more of an impact sub than a starter. That it doesn't even show enough to become a starter. So he would rather not even play him as a starter. He will be coming from the bench. And Pulisic said that for that, he wouldn't want to renew his contract, that he would love to go. That's the report I'm hearing. That his father, the father are putting pressure on Tuchel to play him as a starter. And Tuchel said no, it doesn't even deserve to be a starter. As he missed so many chances, he doesn't understand the way. So he wants him to be like an impact sub than come in and play. Because he's giving him so much chance. And Pulisic has flopped his line. He's flopped a lot of lines. So how do you want him to trust him again? A Champions League final where Pulisic one-on-one, Kai Havertz created chance for Pulisic and he missed free post with a goalkeeper one-on-one. Liverpool one-on-one. Carabao Cup he missed. FA Cup he missed. What else again? What else? What else? What else does Tuchel want to do to prove to the world that I've tried my best on Pulisic? What else? He's giving this guy so much chance, but he's missed. And people tell me he's 23 years of age in his time. How many times will Pulisic need to prove himself? He's been given time, countless time, and he has not proven anything. It's not. He hasn't. He hasn't. So how long will this give him time, make him a starter? How long will he stop? If Tuchel doesn't want him to, if he doesn't want him in the starting 11, adios. That's it. That's what I can say. If he doesn't want him, adios. You can move. I don't care about merchandise, branding, and everything. If it doesn't fit what the manager wants, peace. Simple. Bring someone that is ready to play for the team and is ready to give his all for the team. I'm tired of this merchandising. I'm tired of it, man. If you're not good enough, that's it. Get out of my club. I want to start watching football, start cursing somebody. I don't have time for that, man. Let me enjoy my football.
Don't you guys think it might be the way we play? Because I feel like Tuchel is a perfect coach for Pulisic, but like,
why is the family putting pressure on Tuchel to start him when we know he's not even good as a starter? Why?
They are bluffing. They're going to shut up. Anyway, I would rather not see any of them. Anyway, I would rather not have any of them. They are not good enough. That's it. But just hope we get deals done. The way it's moving, man, we might be stuck with all these players.
I hope and pray, though. I hope and pray. As long as we get that man out of the way, maybe to this week, I'll be happy. Get all that deal done and just move on. I'll be happy. I just want to see.
Just keep Marina happy. Deals will be done.
I think she'll be Blue Eyes. She'll be going in August, ending of August. We might bring in somebody, but before that,
now and when she leaves, just let her do her business.
Let her do her business,
magic, and let's see what she can do for us before.
Do you know what I heard? Also, she's also in talk with them Sevilla to get Kunde deal off the line because Sevilla said they're annoyed because once Marina step into negotiation, is the problem. She always want to get the best deal. Because Sevilla said they want 50 something. Marina said no, this guy was injured in the Nations League. We can't pay the amount of money. Nope. So Marina is cutting the deal maybe towards 40, 39. While Sevilla said they want a release clause of 51. Marina, I don't even know what to say, man. I don't know what to say, man.
Marina doing what Marina does.
She always want to get the best deal. Why Sevilla is getting angry with her that this guy has a release clause, but Sevilla is Marina is telling them that didn't he get injured in the Nations League? So you want us to pay for that amount of money? Nope. It doesn't work that way. It does not. I will not be surprised if I see the deal maybe 40 or 39. I will not be surprised. But it's Marina.
The guy might end up going to Barcelona and say we are not serious.
I don't think so. Because even Barcelona reporter are even saying that he's already a Chelsea player. It's just a matter of agreeing the deal with Sevilla. Barcelona already know, they already said it. Their Tiamat reporter already said it. He's not joining them.
Do you know this guy's release clause is 83 million euros?
I know, but the problem with Barcelona, even despite them releasing that, they still have to balance the book. They haven't balanced the book yet, which might affect them because even if they buy Lewandowski, they have to pay Lewandowski his wages, which is going to be 4 times his stuff they're kind of put together. So they have to sell at least 3 or 4 players in their team to balance it, and it's not even up to. It's not up to. They have to sell players that they want to sell. They have to sell them out of the club for them to balance the book. And even with they balance the book, they have to cut the wages of the players. They have to give them maybe 7 or 5 million a year because they're getting so much wages. So they have to cut it. So they have to do so many stuff in their club where it's gonna take them a lot of time to do. So guys, whatever news we hear, we're gonna put it out here for you guys to listen, to share, to hear from us. It's a beautiful Sunday. Just chilling and enjoying ourselves, talking about football, guys. Shout out to people who come in: Abdul, Emmy, Tosin, Carl, Patrick, Blue Eyes, King, Futon, everybody. Really appreciate you guys for coming in. Massive appreciation, my people. Like, subscribe, like, subscribe, like, subscribe. Like and subscribe, guys. Subscribe to the channel, make sure like the video.
Peace,
Subscribe, guys. Have a blissful, wonderful, magnificent days ahead, guys. Peace.
Big up. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.
Peace.